You're listening to Hair of the Dogcast, a proud part of the Greenlit Podcast Network. Check out Hair of the Dogcast and all of Greenlit shows at greenlitpodcast.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 96 of Hair of the Dogcast. Yeah, we're a podcast on the internet. You are listening to it. Congratulations. We're happy you are here. We are a podcast about video games and beer and video games. I am one of your hosts. My name is Tom. Today we're going to be talking about a little E3 predictions. But anyways, my name is Tom. I'm here with 2 out of the 3 normal Dogcast amigos.
3 out of the 4.
There's
4 of us. I don't know.
Yeah. But I'm here with 2.
Yes, I'm Josh. This is Josh.
Hi, Josh.
We got the 2 Joshes.
It's good to meet you.
I don't play games.
Finally.
This is Josh.
We are missing Dark Dylan and Brad.
And Bright Brad.
Brad
the Bright. Brad the Bright.
What are
Just
these
kidding.
Pokemon games? Jesus Christ.
That'd be cool. Actually, though, my name is Brad.
It is?
I am actually Brad the Bright.
Good job. You got this like new haircut swagger going on.
Well, she's like, what do you want done? I'm like, I just need to look good.
Yeah.
And so...
I love it.
You just got a hair. You are newly haircutted.
Check out Stag Barbershop if you want. I don't care, but they're good.
I mean, this is an audio form of media. You didn't have to get the haircut.
So they don't know what I look like. So, I mean, it could be anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a faux hawk, and it's got blonde tips.
It looks really nice.
Yeah.
Yep. Some Guy Fieri action going.
I was like, make me look like Guy Fieri from season 3 of Flavor Town.
Yeah.
Well, I was meaning to give you this bowling shirt that I found on the side of the road.
Isn't he having a renaissance or something? People are coming around and being like, hey, he's
I've
not
always
bad.
done-
Yeah,
I've
he's
always-
writing a lot of classical music right now. He's having a real renaissance.
I've defended him forever. So
No, he's not a bad guy.
All right.
No.
Who is the Guy Fieri defender that we're talking about?
that's me, Dylan.
Known as the Guy Fieri Defender.
The Guy Fieri Defender, the Game Sommelier, the Quinine Cowboy, the Juniper Jester,
The Gin Gin.
Gin,
and the Qui-Gon Jinn.
and the Qui-Gon Gin.
Okay. Good.
Yep, that's also the new one.
Right. Good to see you. You doing well? Things are good?
I am doing fine enough.
Man, that's all we can ask
That's
for
a glowing
these days.
recommendation for life right there.
Honestly, though, it's about the heights I get to reach sometimes. So
Yeah.
I'm just climbing, baby.
You love climbing. I saw you in a tree the other day, just sleeping.
Yeah. It's just really nice because if you like lay your body against it, like your equilibrium feels pretty good. Sometimes you fall off. Hey, what's a few broken bones and a trip to the ER?
Out of
That's like what, $500?
no,
We're sleeping in a tree.
and it's clinically proven that the human body has at least 10 bones. So
I heard that, but I think it's a myth. I think it's all one bone.
The Bible doesn't say anything about how many bones you have. I'm
I
just
think
saying.
they're all flat too.
they are. Yes, I'm a flat boner.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, well, if you're feeling okay now, we're going to be feeling good in a little bit because this is a podcast about video games and the beer. We drink the real live beer on the podcast, and normally Josh is our beer sensei. He usually brings the nice brews, and we share them. Today, we're kind of brought our own bag beer lunches, and we're drinking what we want to drink. So let's go around and just tell the fine folks what you're partaking in right now.
I've actually got an
Arnold
Palmer Spiked, which just seemed refreshing. It's a hot day out. I just put the AC in the house.
Sure. I love an Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
And honestly,
and it's a great Genesis game.
This fucking hits the spot like nobody's business. So I'm doing that. I've also got some Elvis juice from Brewdog Brewing.
I'm guessing it's going to have like a peanut butter and jelly flavor.
No, it's
That's what I thought at first.
It's a grapefruit infused IPA.
That does not sound like anything Elvis would want.
I think Elvis is probably one of the names of the dogs that the person owns in the brewery.
Okay, because I was just imagining some like Elvis burger just covered in unhealthy shit.
Peanut butter banana.
I was looking for the banana.
Honestly, have you ever had one of those?
No, they're great. I've had them.
Fucking gorgeously.
Makes you want to die in the toilet, do some karate moves.
I heard
I
he
don't
might
take
still be
enough
alive. I
pills.
heard he's still out there.
Man.
And I hear he was played by Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, Bubba Hotep.
One of my favorite movies.
There you go. Yep, I like movies that have hyphens in it.
Yeah,
It's true.
it's true.
Can you name another one on just like right now?
Yeah.
The Bye Bye
Bubba
Man.
Hotep 2?
Bubba Hotep 2.
Electric Boogaloo?
Yeah. Mission Impossible.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Is there a hyphen in that?
There is now.
There's
There's no hyphen in there.
No, there's no hyphen.
There is an I, which has a dot on it.
There is a colon.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All this punctuation.
That's not
This is
even
really
that
good.
special.
What are
We
we
all
talking
have one of
about?
those.
Shit, what are you drinking, man?
I am drinking a Fishing for Fishies from Eagle Park Brewing. It is a German-style Pilsner lager. It's probably my favorite lager I've ever had in my life. It is crushable. It is delicious. Great mouthfeel. And if you see it, go get it.
It is a great crushable beer. I can attest. I do like that beer a lot. Dylan has said he likes that beer a lot, and it is a favorite of the Dogcast officially. I don't care what Josh thinks because he's not here.
Did he
have a?
doesn't he?
Did
I
he
think
have
he
a?
does.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
I was
Eagle
gonna
Park,
say.
of course.
Yeah.
What a shill.
I know. He doesn't even work there. The fuck. And I'm drinking a Yingling Pilsner because I want to start off a little bit light tonight, if that's okay with you guys.
We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
Oh, I'm not cool with it.
Brad the Bright says it's okay, but Dylan the Dark says no.
Yeah. All right. And on
you can
that
only
note,
catch certain Pokemon in my version.
guys, did you know that we have executive producers who help us make this show and all of our shows a reality?
You know, funnily enough, we're fans of theirs too.
It's absolutely true. So we want to give a shout out to our executive producers, Brian Ward, Ryan Christenick, Kip, my Kips Don't Lie, Kip Aronimo, Tyler Keller, Allison Smith, Kate Conti, and
The kips don't lie.
the excellent,
like
the
that a lot.
most excellent listeners, such as yourself. Thank you so much for listening. If you want, we would appreciate any support you can give us. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/hairofthedogcast and a lot of tiers for any budget. And if you don't have the buckaroos, that is fine. We would just appreciate, telling your friends about us or leaving us a review on the Apple Podcasts or your podcast service of choice, but mostly Apple Podcasts.
If you write a good review, but it's like super crazy and weird and funny, we'll read it on there.
Yeah, the crazier the better.
Say some weird stuff.
In
on there.
positive.
See what you can get away with 5 stars.
Try and insult me, bitches.
5 stars? Yeah.
There's one review that's from not Dylan's mom, and it says Dylan is great.
It wasn't my mom.
Oh, scandal.
Yeah.
Scandal. But thank you, gentlemen, for being on the podcast tonight. This is the penultimate Dogcast of the season 5 before our finale.
Of the millennium.
Of the Manilium. Yeah.
We have
Manilium?
seasons?
The Liza Manilium. No, so we have this episode that you're listening to. It's going to be a banger, I know. And then in 2 weeks, we will have our season finale where we discuss all of their E3 things. And speaking of E3, that is coming up this weekend. So join us. I think we're going to try something new. We're going to try to
Wear clothes while we
We're going
record?
to try to wear clothes because we're going to be on camera.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and we were going to be talking over the press conferences.
But what about my chronic masturbation problem?
We can fix it in post. We can fix it.
Yeah, I'll have to find the pixelated thing.
Yeah.
You're going to look like a Sims character.
Awesome. I like that.
Yep.
They're usually pretty attractive, so.
Yeah. So join us on Sunday, June something or other.
13th?
13th, yeah.
Sunday, June 13th, around noon Central Time. We will be talking over the Microsoft Bethesda press conference. And on Tuesday, probably after 5 p.m. Central Time, we will be discussing or talking over the Nintendo Direct. And it should be interesting.
I think it's going to probably be the most interesting episode of the season.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be the last episode.
I'm on fucking pins and needles.
Well,
Yeah.
and then, of course, after that, we're all going to summer camp, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait for summer camp.
Yeah.
I think
No girls allowed, dude.
I'm still good.
Unless they want to come, they
that's
can.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck a mermaid.
Okay. All right. Well, you can do whatever you want.
Perfect.
I'm going to try to not get burned.
You'll probably learn
You know,
Or
I
hazed.
will not fall in the fire this year.
I will not do that.
You'll learn cribbage and like some other macaroni art and craft.
I like that. Nice Jackson Pollock macaroni painting.
Fucking lame. Can't even find a mermaid to have sex with.
I've seen The Lighthouse. That was a good movie.
Yeah, look what
Yeah.
happened there. Maybe you shouldn't have sex with mermaids.
All I know,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Well, he never found the mermaid.
Willem Dafoe did.
Yeah.
You like me cooking.
Anyway, okay, guys. Let's get the show on the road here. You guys want to talk about some news?
Of course.
This is literally the highlight of my bi-weekly period.
Period.
Yeah,
Okay.
bi-weekly segments of time.
Oh,
see your-
okay.
go see your
units.
OB.
It's a heavy news day.
Yeah, because we don't talk about shit on Raw Dogs. We just talk about video games. We don't talk about news or anything.
Right.
Unless you're in Doggies After Dark.
And we don't talk about anything.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
You try.
Yeah.
I'm ready to learn, Tom.
All right, guys.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Fuck.
Nintendo has officially not revealed the Nintendo Switch Pro yet. What the fuck? What's going on?
I can't believe it.
It's just not happening this year.
We're just days before
There are
E3.
no chips.
It's sending all these internet prognosticators into a tizzy because
I'm not allowed to watch
thought
prognosticators anymore.
they are the worst people.
I love their prank show.
Oh, you. Anyways, no, that was a fake story, but still, it's kind of weird. I thought I kept refreshing the browser today. We're recording on Tuesday, and I thought it's got to come.
No,
And at the same time, I'm like, please don't.
they're still selling Switch units. They don't need to release a new one yet. Save that shit for Christmas.
Yeah.
No need to announce it yet, because if you announce it now, the people will quit buying stuff.
I don't know.
They'll quit buying consoles until the new one comes out. So I'd say just keep selling the ones you got.
Well, the prevailing thought was Nintendo was going to unveil it ahead of E3, so all the companies that are currently making Nintendo Switch Pro games can actually talk freely about them at E3 or
I don't
just
think
prior.
they're going to be specific pro games. I think they'll be
They
functional.
won't be specific. No, they'll be like
Yeah.
compatible, sure. But
Yeah.
you want to show off all the bells and whistles. Like, look at this thing running at 4K.
Well, the biggest problem with all
got
of
ray
this
tracing.
is that they can't. Is that Sony and Microsoft can't even keep up with the demand for what they have already, and that's mostly due to what, like chip shortages, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, what makes you think that this thing is releasing this year? Because I don't see it happening. That's my first prediction.
Wow.
I
don't
can
see
see
it
it. I can
happening.
see it around Christmas, but I don't see it before then.
I don't.
No, I
think-
see it, yeah.
I don't think they're going to announce the hardware a month before it comes out.
No, they're gonna. No, I mean, I think it's fairly confirmed that it is in production right now, or at least the components have been procured because it's been mentioned on.
So I'm not going to own this thing for 2 years. Great, cool.
I predict you're going to own it this fall, in time for the holiday season.
No, I won't.
Yeah, you will.
You will.
You
Dude,
love Nintendo
you-
too much.
Of
Dylan.
all the people, you're going to get one before
That-
I
didn't
do.
get one.
There's
I
a
didn't get
reason
one-
people call you the Switch bitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
remember when people called you that?
Dylan the Dark, the Switch bitch.
Dylan the Dark.
I just don't see it. I don't see it happening. Not with the way that last year was. There's just something.
I don't know.
I don't know. They
There were
wouldn't
only
have
like
been this
3
case-
Wii's available when that came out, so they had.
I mean, I got one of those right away, but I had to wait for 14 hours at a Target.
All right, well, get ready to wait for like 3 days.
Fuck off. Yeah, I mean, like
You can borrow my tent. You can just camp out in Best Buy or something.
I put on 2 sleeping bags. And
Or you know
I
what?
Huddled.
Can you get the cheese shop to start carrying electronics so they can become like a Nintendo like vendor? Like
Yeah,
official?
Like a Kirby-shaped cheese.
Yeah, I'll pitch that.
So you can have like an electronics section just so you can get like
Yeah.
stock in.
Yeah, I think
Just have like it's carefully curated. There's just like 6 games available that you want to talk about.
I had enough trouble
This is
getting
Nier
t-shirts.
Automata. This is a great
Would you like a nice brie? And oh, here's our collection of
Mother 3.
Switch accessories.
It's illegal.
Okay.
Don't
well,
say it.
I think that was our first non-news story ever on the Dogcast.
It's kind of news.
In other news, they have not announced the PlayStation 6 yet, which is surprising.
Yeah, very, very surprising. Sony's usually.
What else am I? What other product am I supposed to covet?
No shit, man. Okay, moving on. Resident Evil, more like Resident Thievel. Oh, hey.
Fuck.
This is
Brad, you brought this one up to me.
This is an interesting story.
Yeah, so Capcom was just slapped with a $12 million lawsuit claiming the company stole or used unlicensed copyrighted photos as art assets to make its games.
And I looked through some of the photos, and it's 100% true.
Oh, yeah.
It is 100% true.
Yes, so this includes games in the Resident Evil franchise. The complaint was filed last Friday by one Judy A. Jurasek. We'll say Jurasek.
I like check.
Check. Okay, that's probably the correct pronunciation, or closer. Jurasek.
Someone about to be much more rich.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes.
She's a designer. Published a book back in 1996 entitled Surfaces, which is a collection of roughly 1,200 different...
Of Resident Evil textures.
Yes, the entire game shown in photo form. It's a collection of 1,200 different surfaces, photographed and copyrighted by Juracek. The book also came with the CD-ROM containing the images. Now,
Yeah.
she allowed people to use the images for private use, but required people to license the images for commercial applications by contacting her directly, which the lawsuit claims Capcom never did. And the claim pointed out that there are allegedly at least 80 photographs used across many of the games, including Devil May Cry, Resident Evil 4, including the logo to Resident Evil 4.
The 4 in the logo. She points out this specific image. I just took it and then they just cut a 4 out of the picture.
Yeah, it's like a piece of glass.
It's just right there.
Yeah.
It's on the cover.
Yeah, there was no attempt to really hide some of these.
As someone who loves to Photoshop and use images for different purposes, we're not making money. But at some point, if the Dogcast is ever a business, it's yeah, you should probably double check what you're doing is okay.
Exactly.
You can't make a fucking video game cover and steal assets and just oh, no one will notice.
Or if you're playing Max Payne 7 in 2047 and you're going through a room and you hear an old episode of the Dogcast just playing diegetically or ambientally.
And it's this
we'll
How
sue
meta.
you. We'll sue you, Rockstar.
How meta.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then there would be Grand Theft Auto 7 would have a whole side quest about shitty podcasters, hipster douchebags.
Yes.
Pair of the dog cats.
I would watch that or listen to it. And actually, no, I wouldn't listen to that.
We'd do the voices for it. We don't care. We'll do it. We'll be the shitty podcasters.
It's like Jingle Cats with podcasting cats. So the bulk of
Do
the
you guys
evidence...
remember when Mark Maron, oh my God, there was a podcast called Podcats, and it was about Mark Maron's cats. Oh, it was so cringy.
Really?
It was on Earwolf, yeah.
Boomer lives.
Now, I would listen to Gilbert Godfrey talk about his cats.
Wow.
Then sprinkles. What?
It's not bad.
He sucked my dick with peanut butter. Okay. The bulk of the evidence...
Ouch.
came into fruition from actually the big data breach that we talked about earlier last year.
Yeah.
Capcom experienced in 2020. Within that data were a bunch of these photo files with the exact file names as they were referenced on the CD-ROM that came with the book. So.
That doesn't look good.
Cut and dry, baby.
Mm-hmm. But like you said, Brad, I looked at some of the comparisons, and it was just straight up.
It's just obvious. There's no argument to be made.
This will be settled out of court.
There will be
mark my words.
There will be a huge settlement. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
And maybe she gets a licensing deal.
There you go. Yeah, or a prorated cut of profits or something.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to happen. It's going to have to be that. It's you're going to continue using it. I don't know. If you steal something and then you're oh shoot, and then you pay for the thing you stole, it's not I don't know. There's so many copies of Resident Evil 4 out there already, including digitally. How are you going to...
They're going to have to recall all the copies to put her name in as an artist.
Just so you don't have to see that hot coffee.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was alive for that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm surprised. Wow, good job, guys.
Wow.
For existing.
I did a good job of eating,
15 years ago, 16 years ago. Okay. So that is, Judy, let us know how this turns out. And if you got a couple extra bucks, we do have a Patreon. So
ring, ring, Judy.
Ring. We'll get you on the podcast.
It's opportunity calling.
You want to talk over the Nintendo Direct?
You can use our assets.
Oh.
Whoa.
Hey, okay.
For the right price.
Yes.
$10.
Next story, Nintendo. This is a real Nintendo story. They're opening a museum.
Yeah.
This is cool.
In Japan.
I haven't heard this yet, but that's a great idea for Nintendo.
Yeah. So this museum is going to be located in a converted Nintendo facility in the city of Uji, which is, I think, a city, they said, just outside of Kyoto and easily accessible by train. This facility was previously used as a manufacturing plant for the Hanafuda and playing cards, and then later used as a customer service center.
And then the Yakuza used it for love hotels for a while, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yamauchi used it as a love shack.
You was bringing ladies dressed as Waluigi?
Note to self. The facility...
Not if it's true.
I don't know. He was too uptight. He's a very angry man.
You're fired.
I mean, shrewd businessman, but just, you never wanted to fuck with that guy. But whatever. The facility is tentatively referred to as, quote, Nintendo Gallery. And according...
It's a good name.
Yeah, to a statement on Nintendo's website, the gallery...
Game & Watch Gallery? Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. See? The gallery will be, quote, a way to share Nintendo's product development history and philosophy with the public, end quote. In addition to exhibits, the museum will also, I guess, include experiences, which I hope it's like the Heineken brewery in Amsterdam.
Do I finally get to kiss Peach?
Maybe. Oh, no.
The Virtual Boy room is just all red with strobe lights. Yeah.
And the only worthwhile game is Wario Land.
An ophthalmologist.
There's
like,
a
waiting for you
There's
to
a
be
Shin Megami
lazy.
Tensei game for the Virtual Boy, which is really weird to me.
Jack
Fucking
Brothers.
kidding? I never even knew.
Yeah, that was the first one, actually. The first Shin Megami Tensei game released in the U.S.
That's hilarious.
Isn't it? It's also fucking like rare as shit. So
Yeah.
if you want a complete Virtual Boy collection, you're gonna fork over some dough.
So, what system or game will Nintendo not bring up besides the Virtual Boy? Like, what will not be given
Mother
any?
3.
Mother 3,
Yeah.
nothing.
No, I was gonna ask you guys. Well, first of all, the museum's scheduled to be open by the end of Nintendo's 2023 fiscal year, which ends in by March 2024. So they said it should be open by then. But I don't know. What do you guys think should be in it? Because they really stressed the fact that it was going to be a museum about its devices.
I would love to see like framed, because in the early days of Nintendo, they used to do everything on like that like graph paper, and they used to design like Mario levels on stuff like that. If they
Yeah.
still had some of those things and they archived it and they sealed it in like an airtight type of thing, that's the shit I would want to see.
Or like Fred Savage wearing a Power Glove just in a case.
Yeah.
Stuffed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
Taxied.
I mean, not yet. But just him standing in a glass case. would be
Reserved for Fred Savage
great.
upon death.
I want there to be like they were bringing back musicians with like the 3D like hologram technology. I want Reggie like doing. There's got to be a CG Reggie somewhere. Hologram Reggie. That would make me happy.
The puppets from the Star Fox Zero presentation.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, the E3.
That would be cool.
That would be nice. Yeah.
It's honestly anything that really like caters to the fans, because those are the people who are going to show up. Anything that they can remember and point out to their friends, like, hey, this was from this, or
Right.
It's got to be interesting in that way. Otherwise, I don't see like here's a copy of Super Mario Brothers 3 on the NES. It's like big fucking.
I want to see
book.
a copy of the letter that says "Squaresoft, we're not friends anymore. You can't come to my party." Like things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be neat. I would like to see like just a big exhibit for like Gunpei Yokoi. I mean, I would hope they would have like a fairly.
He didn't really end on
Decent
good terms, though. If you don't end on good terms, you're shit.
Well, he didn't end on good terms, not because he wasn't still with the company.
Because of the Virtual Boy.
No, it's because he died.
Well, he was also working with like.
Yeah, he was out of Nintendo by that time.
Yeah, he was working. He worked
yeah,
on
you're right.
like other
I was
handheld
wrong.
systems, like
Yeah.
the Atari Lynx, or was it Neo Geo?
Wonder Swan.
The Wonder Swan.
I think, and then
Yeah.
that was his baby.
I don't know. It's like Brett Favre leaves the Packers, and like no one really likes him here anymore, even though he only played for the Vikings for like 2 years.
Yeah, well, my grandma was in love with him, so.
Well, it's just because he has the genes that with the extra dick space.
Yeah, I saw his dick. It's not that great.
Yeah, if you need a little extra spot for your dick, get Brett Favre jeans.
I can
was a nice
honestly say my penis looks better than Brett Favre's.
I can honestly say I don't know what either of them look like, and that's okay.
I
Just
never.
trust me on this.
Okay, you've heard it here.
Yeah. Spread the word, I guess.
Okay.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't know.
If you want to incorporate that into a podcast review,
Hopefully there is an arcade area. A lot original like Nintendo arcade
that'd be
machines would be
nice.
very cool.
Yeah.
Todd Howard needs to make a presentation. That'd be fun to hear from him.
yeah,
Although it'll probably be mostly Nintendo Japan, no Nintendo of America stuff. I'm guessing.
it'd be interesting to see if they had any prototypes that we don't know about of like failed like console.
I don't think they would ever reveal that.
There's gonna be a section where they tell you
Now
that
they got a museum.
I mean, that would be a reason enough
It'd
to
be a way to
go.
fill up space, I guess. But I don't know, give the people what they want, and that's
Depends
what
on how
Tom
big
wants.
this museum is going to be.
I mean, yeah, I can't imagine it fills up this. It's a big facility, so
Okay.
I don't know like if they plan on fucking filling the whole thing.
there
up.
better be like a go kart track. That's all
I
Mario
was gonna
Kart
say like a
themed or
Mario Kart
something.
track or like a roller coaster like Universal Nintendo Land or something. I don't know, but
Yeah.
Camp Mario.
There's gonna be a hell of a gift shop, I'm sure.
Oh God, yeah.
There you go.
That's one reason to go.
I would go.
I would too.
I would really go. Like
I'd
I
buy
would.
a T-shirt.
I really want to go to Japan at some point.
Yeah.
That's definitely on my bucket
Well,
list.
we're gonna go to the Nintendo amusement park and the Nintendo Museum.
together.
Yep.
I'm gonna jump down a warp pipe, never come back.
You just want to go for the shrooms. Get it. All right.
Well, that's why I'm the Mario of the podcast.
I heard that you can get like pillows made out of every form of anime there.
There you go.
Dude,
Yeah.
do you think they'll have a Rosalina body pillow for me?
But it doesn't need to be life-size, but pretty close.
Right. No, that's wrong,
Just needs to be. It just needs to be big
The
enough to
Wario body pillow.
Honestly,
it's
I'd
wider
buy
than
that
it is
at
tall.
It's
It's a beanbag that looks like Wario.
I hear it's good for your back.
Oh my god.
Every time you jump, it goes
Pass.
wah.
Wah!
Okay, well, let us know what you think should be in the Nintendo Museum, and let us know if you plan on going. And if you need a travel buddy, let me know.
Yeah, I'm into it.
So I know we play a lot of Call of Duty here on the Dogcast, and we are unabashedly unashamed to say that.
Yeah, I get like 80 hours a week generally. Usually I just have to go get more Mountain Dew, otherwise it'd be more.
Yeah.
You know,
I've asked this before. Do you guys play through the campaigns every once in a while?
No.
I've played through 3 or 4 of the campaigns. If I get it for free, the gameplay is tight. I'm just not into the multiplayer experience for them. But
Same here.
Yeah, the story mode is generally always really well constructed. They're good at like making a hallway not feel like a hallway in those games, which I will give them credit for.
Yeah, they're technically impressive. The story to me, like, I don't know what's going on usually within 15 minutes of starting one of those games.
America's
not that
America's
complicated.
good generally.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey might be there.
People start talking like this. Hey,
No Russians.
no Russians. Yeah, but every once in a while, I'll check in with the series. Maybe every 3 years or so. Just be like, okay, let's see what bells and whistles they have. But anyways, EA has hired an ex-Call of Duty head honcho to head up its Battlefield development. I don't know if you guys. I know you guys play a lot of Call of Duty, as we just established.
I like
but if it's
I actually like
Battlefield
Battlefield.
versus
I
Call of
I
Duty-
played through Battlefield 1, and I actually did play some of that multiplayer. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
It's very good. I actually played a lot of Battlefield 1 multiplayer.
nice.
And Battlefield 5.
Okay, I didn't play
well.
5.
Yeah, I felt like Battlefield 1 tried to strive for realism in a lot of the story, where Call of Duty sometimes is like they're really taking a lot of liberty out there.
Yeah,
Even in the ones that they claim are more real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the campaign of Battlefield 1, where they just had the little vignette stories.
Oh,
I thought
lovely.
those are pretty good.
They were well written too.
And even the one that, like, that's the pilot who just made up some hot shit story.
Yes.
He's like, that might have been how it happened. I'm like, you son of a bitch. I'm in.
Hey.
I loved
Brad got laid 20 times in college.
pretty good, dude.
That was me making up a grand story.
Right.
No, yeah, definitely Battlefield is way better. It's not even about realism. It's just Call of Duty is more. It's generally agreed. It's more arcadey, in its combat. Whereas in Battlefield, it's more about. There are tactics involved, and there's more taking over of zones and kind of working as a squad, even if you're not talking to them.
Yeah.
I like that style of gameplay a bit better, because then the points rack up, and eventually, like, if your team is good enough, you can like really switch shit around. Like, even if you're losing, there's a way to come back.
Yep.
The problem is, though, Battlefield doesn't get the numbers that Call of Duty gets. So
No,
they're
it
bringing
does
in
not.
they're bringing in the Call of Daddy himself.
Yes, Byron Beede. Or Byron Beede? I don't know. Byron Beede.
How's it spelled?
Beede.
Bede?
Bede. I think it's
Ben.
Bede.
Bede.
Byron Beede has joined the company to be Senior Vice President and General Manager of Battlefield. That's a hell of a title. Just like, you're not of a department. I am the fucking Senior Vice President of Battlefield.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like the software development. He served the same roles for Call of Duty in recent years, and also Destiny. So according to IGN...
Destiny wasn't good, though.
Yeah,
I played it for 150, 200 hours minimum. It was fine, but
Yeah,
okay.
it sucked.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? How it goes. Okay, according to IGN...
Brett Favre.
That means nothing.
Michael Jordan.
Bede has been instrumental for Call of Duty's recent shift as a live service battle royale with the popular Warzone mode and Call of Duty Mobile. So with Bede's leadership, EA, like you said, Brad, appears to be doubling down on making Battlefield a viable competitor to the monster that is Call of Duty and taking it into a more live service direction.
Yep, they're having Cheetos and Mellow Yellow sponsorship is what I heard.
Probably.
Yeah.
The latest...
Cheshire Cheetah will be an available skin if you pre-order the game.
Don't tempt them.
All right, let's kill some Japanese soldiers.
Hey.
That's probably what's going to happen, yeah. The latest entry in the Battlefield franchise is going to be the upcoming Battlefield 6. It's currently being developed by the biggest development team EA has ever thrown at a game, or at least one of the Battlefield games.
How many people?
5 studios currently working on the game, so that's at least 5 people.
Yeah. So it's an indie game.
Yeah, right. Bede will report directly to Call of Duty co-creator and current head of EA's DICE LA studio.
It sounds messy.
Vince Zampella.
5 different studios working on something that sounds messy.
I mean, that's pretty common. Like Assassin's Creed games have like 800
I know.
studios. Just
Yeah,
all.
you're just proving my point here.
Yeah. Call of Duty, that's all they do. We got to get Raven. We got to go to podcast at Raven.
I don't even know. Where's that?
Madison.
Okay.
They're starting to come up the ranks to be one of the major developers for Call of Duty. I think the last game was supposed to be headed by them, right?
I don't know.
I don't keep up with.
I haven't read Call of Duty Weekly in a while.
No, seriously though, like
My subscription lapsed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not everyone plays Super Paper Mario every day. You know what I mean?
I would play it. I've never played it though.
So I'm not going to invite you guys on the Call of Duty.
No, I do want to come to the Raven one though,
No,
because that's
never,
awesome.
Never invite me on the Call of Duty cast.
Any video game history in Wisconsin is usually interesting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They have a hell of a history. Everybody listening now is like, of course they do.
Well, we have a
Jeez.
history of producing game people in general. I mean, think of even Gary Gygax with D&D.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, just on a tangent, I started reading the Jason Schreier's new book, Press Reset.
Yeah, pretty
And
good.
the first chapter is all about Warren Spector. If you guys know who he is, he's such a legend of game development. System Shock, Deus Ex,
Yeah.
all that stuff, Ultima Underworld. Anyways, I did not know that he lived in Wisconsin and worked at TSR
Oh, no shit.
for a spell before he moved back down to Texas because he hated Wisconsin winters. And
It makes sense.
yeah, but I thought that was a nice little tidbit.
Oh, that's
There you go.
interesting.
See? There you go. And yeah, winters in Wisconsin do suck.
Do you like Jason's new book?
I just started, so far so good. You know,
I can't imagine it would be anything other than great with everything I've read from him before.
Yeah, I mean, this one is all about just the trials and tribulations of game development. And
I hear it paints some real heavy pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
so-
that's what he's been up to for a while now. Is
yeah, I think this is his kind of like Upton Sinclair jungle kind of book.
crunch into me.
Crunch into me, yes.
Yeah.
Where he's definitely had, I don't want to say a vendetta. That's too harsh, but
But protecting people that are underappreciated and overworked is a good thing.
yeah, he's an advocate, anti-crunch advocate, and unionizing.
He's pro artist, if anything.
Yes. So this is kind of his book to kind of establish that argument, I guess.
I read a funny headline today. Ratchet and Clank team claims that they didn't have to crunch one time. I'm like, wow, that's terrible that they have to make an article saying, like, we didn't even crunch once, guys.
Right? Oh, my God.
Yeah. There's a few long nights, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah. I mean, I've talked about it before. Like, that is the reason I never wanted to get into game development, or at least wanted to, and then had friends go into the fucking industry, and I'm like, oh, fuck that shit. Like, no way.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to move every 2-3 years.
Well, when I become a multimillionaire and I'm paying you guys just to do it, who cares?
All right. Sounds good. So anyways, back to the whole Battlefield thing. I am also a Battlefield fan. I do like that. Do like those games better than the Call of Duty, or they just resonate more with me. I was a big fan of Battlefield 1942 back in the day.
The feel of the guns and the weapons and kind of the pseudo-realism really pull you in a bit more. Mm-hmm. That's the best thing I can probably say. The maps are better too. It's not like James Bond hallways.
Yeah, and I think I never really played Warzone, but it always felt to me like Call of Duty started kind of moving in the direction of Battlefield a little bit with the team-based
Yeah, they had
combat.
to.
I can see where they're coming from. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this guy's got a hell of a resume. So we'll see if Byron Bede, that's your real name. We'll see what he does.
Yeah, hit us up, I guess.
Yeah. Good luck.
I see him usually every weekend at the barbecue that we have. So
Byron,
my boy.
Byron,
how's that game coming along? Oh, you know.
You should call it Battlefield.
Battlefield. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
Shut the fuck up,
Shut the fuck up. Okay, we got some Sony
1940
news.
who?
It's a trivia game.
Yes.
You guys done?
No.
I make the dumb jokes here, okay?
No, we are all on top
You
of
guys
that.
are on your game today.
Yeah, we are.
Shit.
I just want to see the Pokemon variations of Dylan Dark and Brad Bright.
I'm gonna have to.
I'm
draw that.
photoshopping it in my head right now.
You don't have to do that. It's probably gonna be the thumbnail.
There we go.
Nice. Okay, we got a bit of Sony news here. I don't know if you've been following the old Sony.
I've heard of them.
Yeah. So God of War Ragnarok has officially been delayed into 2022.
Good.
Not a big shocker.
Fine.
I think that was kind of one of those things where everybody kind of knew, even though they showed the 2021 Chiron at the reveal of the game. And the release of the upcoming Horizon Forbidden West is also in question. So after a recent PlayStation State of Play presentation, they showed Horizon Forbidden West.
Looks pretty good.
It looks cool.
Looks like the gameplay reveal.
It looks
And
cool.
Yeah, not bad. So after the showcase, it was okay.
That was a game that I absolutely loved playing and had a great time, and then immediately forgot everything about it the moment I was done.
I got 75% of the way through, and I kind of just set it down and said, "All right,
I don't know. It's one of those things where
it's a good game."
Yeah, but it just immediately vanished. It's like watching a movie. Like I thought it was fun, but you forget everything about it the moment you're done watching it.
Well, yeah, and
Aloy was the name. Like,
yes.
You thought that was a good name? I get it, Alloy.
When your game releases like a week before Breath of the Wild, and you're kind of similar, kind of similar space.
Breath of the Wild really did take this game's thunder, but as someone who didn't get a Switch like right away, this was my game where I'm like, at least this is like fucking sick.
Adjacent,
Like, yeah. There was a lot to do in the game. The weapons all felt great. I think Guerrilla Games is a fantastic company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this one, I guess. But
I want to see, seeing the gameplay more developed and a little deeper because it got to a point where it was just everything was. I could do it with my eyes closed.
It looked a little Breath of the Wildy, I think, from what I saw. She has a glider,
a sail,
a sail, kind of digital sail.
She surfs on shields.
Yep. She says "hot." She dresses like a
She
woman.
no longer. Yeah.
Yep.
So one of the things I did hear, though, is that this was primarily developed for the PS4, just as God of War Ragnarok is primarily developed for the PS4.
Which makes me want to vomit.
It honestly kind of makes me be even more. I was so hesitant to get a PS5, and now I'm still just like, they're not really making great arguments for me here.
Right.
Like,
And
I love my PS5, but there's not a lot of killer apps that are only on PS5.
Correct. And I did want to shift this story into that as well. So in this interview with Herman Hulst.
Great name. Great name.
Yep. He's head of
like a
PlayStation
Nazi.
Studios. It was a Q&A on the PlayStation blog. He said, we made the decision to push God of War out to next year to ensure that Santa Monica Studio can deliver the amazing game that we all want to play. Santa Monica followed up with a bit more info on Twitter, and they said, we remain focused on delivering a top quality game while maintaining the safety and well-being of our team, creative partners, and families. With this in mind, we made the decision to shift our release window. Hulst also said that the main reason God of War was delayed to 2022, and also the fact he couldn't confirm that Horizon was going to come out this year. It's like we're confident, but he would not, actually come out and say like, yes, it's going to come out, because he said that frankly we've been affected by access to performance capture and talent due to the COVID-19.
It's also a perfect. I don't see why a lot of these companies have to keep making fucking excuses for us. It is like, because if you're first of all, if you're gonna get pissed that it gets pushed back, you need a lot more going on in your life, fucking frankly. So get a life.
Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people are getting too worked up though.
I think people on the internet are. I think
trolls
actually,
are. I think it's mostly trolls that people are responding to.
I think it's also just lame brains, like literal dum-dums who their entire life is just this. And I'm like, well, just get the fuck over it.
Yeah.
These are human beings with lives too, man.
Yeah.
Let them make the product you want.
Kratos.
So,
But
yeah,
my
I agree.
big white guy.
Yeah, if you're going to be angry over a video game not coming out, like say you need to assess
No,
things.
these
Also,
are good.
there
These
are-
are good things.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
it
also
only-
they
it
should
can
be
only
make-
benefit the game.
But you're wrong.
But they should be making.
What am I going to play during Christmas time?
They should be making new games for their new system.
Yeah. So
I hate this like cross system nonsense. It's like, okay, a little bit's okay, but like your new like killer God of War, killer Horizon game, that needs to be for the new system.
They did at the beginning of this generation signal that, though. You can't blame them entirely. They did.
Sony said they believed in generations.
That was their quote.
They said they believed in generations.
Yes.
And Xbox was like, no. They're all Xbox. Everything's an Xbox.
And sometimes I believe in myself. I'm not always right.
Yeah, I don't know. Sony just doesn't. I think Sony has bungled a lot of this, even though they're
They're going to do just fine.
They'll do fine. The PS5 is still
Did they
amazing,
not-
but
did they not just announce that they have like 20 different original IPs in the work currently?
Something like that, I think.
I'm just looking at your PS5 and it's pissing me off how stupid it looks.
It's so dumb.
It's the worst design.
But I've been playing a lot of it.
Why
though.
is the disc drive underneath? It's my only question, really.
Oh, it's just.
I'm going to own one of these abominations,
Yep.
hopefully soon.
And you have to put the disc in
Upside down?
No.
It's the first console that I've seen that I actually want to get like a shitty skin on there just to like try and make it look better.
God.
Like those crappy stickers you slap on top of
Right.
systems. Like, I don't know, but maybe it'd look better than it does.
Yeah.
I've heard also that the battery life on the controllers is abysmal.
It does go pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
Better than previous controllers, though.
You think so?
Yeah, better than the PlayStation 4 controller.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
My-
I get a
my
bit
But I
of
still
PlayStation
have
1
to plug it in like every time I'm done with
My
it.
PlayStation 1 controller never run out of batteries once. Every time.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Yep.
Not bad.
Just plug it in.
Yeah,
So
dude.
back to the cross-generation thing, like you're right. So during this Q&A, Hall said God of War Ragnarok and also Gran Turismo 7 are going to be coming out for PS4.
Wait. They're not on 7 yet. They're on 6.
No, they're not. They came out with 6 for the PS4.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 6 or 7.
6
the
was
next Gran
It was called
Turismo-
Gran Turismo 6 Sport.
No, I thought you said Grand Theft Auto.
Oh no, Gran
Gran
Turismo.
Turismo.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yes.
who cares about that game?
I do actually. I really enjoy them.
There you go. You just made Dylan angry. Apologize.
I'm not angry.
Too late, apologize. So Hull said, as a response to that, he said, you can't build a community of over 110 million PS4 owners and then just walk away from it, right? I think that'd be bad news for fans of PS4 and frankly, not very good for business. And yeah, that caused a lot of mixed feelings in some internet fan circles.
The grossest circles you can be on.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
Come hard in socks and,
I don't like this.
there's part of me that says, okay, from a business standpoint, obviously, bring these games to PS4. You can't get you're supply constrained right now with the PS5. Although you also claimed that you've sold more PS5s than you had PS4s by this point. And at this point in the PS4's life cycle, you had infamous Second Son, which was not a cross-generational game.
Yeah.
which was wonderful and still looks really good.
Sure. I mean, Troy Baker looks great no matter what game he's in.
That's true.
Really. Yeah, I'm not a fan of God of War coming to the PS4.
It's going to run like shit on the PS4, let's be clear. I think
Even if it doesn't, from the design standpoint,
Can I just say I played Resident Evil 8, the one that you lent me.
Yes.
On an original Xbox One.
Oh God.
That's so fun to me.
And
I know.
looked
I
and
would've
at
loved to
some points in that game, it looked like complete dog shit.
An original
Textures
Xbox
would
One.
not load in.
Right. What's the frame rate on that? Was it?
Oh
pretty
my
steady?
Almost
god,
six.
it was sub 30. But it wasn't unmanageable because I play on a PC that's kind of finicky and I don't know how to fix it. But playing that, I'm like, this was not made for this in mind. This was made so it can barely do it. I still think that some of these games are going to be completely optimized for the new gen, but it's working that middle ground. It's like a game on Steam. These are becoming more PCs by the moment, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about settings now, and it's all about what components you have to benefit the game itself. I don't know. I think that it's going to look fabulous on...
Yeah.
And it's probably going to run 70 frames a second, probably. And
I want there to be a new segment where it's Dylan plays new games on an original Xbox One.
honestly, I played Cyberpunk on
Even
that.
games that aren't even made for Xbox One.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah.
I'm playing Horizon Forbidden West on an original Xbox One.
So
I might play it on the original PS4 that Brad lent me.
Yeah.
I think my biggest thing is I'm sure it's going to look fine on the PS5. Great, but one of the selling points of the new consoles are the ultra-fast hard disk drives that allow new gameplay designs. You don't have to design a game now with the long ass fucking elevator ride or the corridor, where they try the mask, like the loading.
Squeezy corridor.
Yeah, where they try the mask loading.
Yeah.
Or you just played Resident Evil 8.
It's all the time.
There are levels that have long elevator rides. And even though it looks great on the Series X,
Still an elevator.
they're still there.
Yeah.
And they didn't have to be if that game was made specifically for the current gen, and you
Design choices are affected.
Yeah, you're holding it back to the lowest common system, and that does stick in my craw a little bit.
You know what? I never really thought about it like that. I think you're right. Yeah.
I mean, you have to sacrifice actual gameplay decisions. It's one thing with the graphics, you can scale those up and down, fine. But when you're actually affecting level design and shit because you want to sell more copies, then Tommy's got a little bit of problem with that.
Uh-oh, Tommy's got a problem.
Tommy's coming out of the booth.
That sounds like a cool segment, too.
Tommy's got problems.
Tommy's got a problem with that. All right.
That's perfect.
All right, season 6 we'll debut that segment.
Yeah, okay. I'd be excited for that.
Yeah. Let us know what you think. Are you okay with these games bridging the generation gap? I mean, if you have a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, do you want to start seeing games made specifically for that hardware, or are you cool with it?
Me personally, those like killer new big titles, your God of Wars, your Horizons, those should be on the new system. Everything else, your Call of Duties,
flagship, yes.
You're like whatever is going to be multi-platform stuff, like sure, go for it. Like both generations is fine, but
I think it's going to be a Cyberpunk situation where I don't think they actually wanted
Where
to
it
develop
sucks?
for. Well, no, they didn't want to actually develop for the other consoles, and they really wanted to focus on the new ones, and it just doesn't turn out that way.
Yeah.
When the higher ups, the ones kind of funding you, are just like, come on,
Right.
the pandemic just hit, and we really can't fuck with this. Like,
Cory Barlog, the producer, kind of head of God of War in Santa Monica, like, I'm sure he's going to toe the company line and say, like, no, we always wanted this to be on PS4. We've designed it from the ground up. I would love just to have a beer with him and fuck. Just hear him say, like,
no, you don't bring it up. And you have like, here, we'll do some shots.
Tom,
And then you go outside and like smoke a cigarette with him when he's like really fucked up. He's like, yeah. Then you'd get it.
Right.
Then you get the truth.
I love God of War 2018, but that had a lot of, here comes Kratos squeezing in this crevice,
yeah.
and okay, we got to turn this bridge around and go to these different areas where you could just have one big fucking cohesive open one shot
And then there's like
realization of the original vision.
This argument is relevant because Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate is coming out shortly, and it's PS5 exclusive, like the new DLC. So there must be some design decisions or like something about it. They're like, it won't work on the PS4. Like we can't even just make a dumbed down version of it. And why not? Because there must be something in there that can't just be like thrown up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. As we're recording this, I think Ratchet and Clank came out today or is coming out this week, the new one. That is a PS5 exclusive.
Yes.
Rift Apart.
Yeah.
That's been getting really good reviews, and people have been saying, like, yeah, this
is the
look
one that
like it'd
proves
be,
it. Yeah.
It couldn't be done on PS4 with the fast loading and the
Tom,
level transitions.
I am a little bit curious.
Yes.
Why are you so excited for a new God of War to come out? Don't family members die?
That's true. But
Wait, family members die every time you play God of War?
They have a tendency to.
So I'm trying to find the PSP games I've never played.
Yeah, so maybe this delay is actually pretty good. I don't know. Thank you for reminding me.
I just had to put the reality out there for you.
But I mean, 2018 was so good, I can sacrifice one of those motherfuckers.
If it happens again, you can't play them again.
Honestly,
That's
that
a
is
rule.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is supposed to be a new trilogy anyway.
But they're
so-
my family members. Now, if they were some of your family members, I'd feel really bad.
I don't know. Depends on which one. JK, I don't know.
Yeah, no. But that is true. But I mean, 2018 was a banger. I'm ready to see where
It's a good year for games.
it was.
Can't
good.
remember.
That was a
any of them
really
off the top
good year
of
for
my head.
games. Yeah, that was like a phenomenal year.
Red Dead 2, yeah. There were Smash Ultimate.
I remember we might have had an episode topic on the best years for gaming, and I think 2018 was on there.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember.
It was the past decade,
It was,
of course.
It was past this morning, so that means I don't remember anything. Okay, guys,
Okay.
Oh.
I put this one in here for me.
Oh.
The rest are for you. This one's for me.
Okay.
This one's for me.
Is it really one for us?
The really cool listeners right now. This is the most 2000s of 2021 news. Ken and Roberta Williams are working on a new game
No way.
that might be releasing this year. Dylan has left because he doesn't give a shit about this.
I read Roberta Williams' name today in my new indie games book. She was on one of the first pages. They were talking about her.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Like Mystery House? Which,
Yeah, something like that. I wasn't not able to focus today.
right on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Brad, since you're a new fan, this project is a collaboration between the Williamses and a 3D artist with an incredibly cool name, Marcus Maximus Mera.
Whoa.
Yes.
Cool name alert.
That's one of the coolest names ever. From what I've been able to see, it seems like it's a bit of like a passion hobby project, so I don't know how much of a big title this is, but the game is called, quote, The Secret, end quote, and is said to be Sierra flavored. Just hope it doesn't taste like Leisure Suit Larry.
Is that a Sierra game?
Yeah.
Oh,
Leisure Suit Larry?
I didn't know that.
That was yeah. Come on, Brad.
Well,
You wait for that Sierra fucking episode of
I
the Raw
I
Dog.
always think of good things when I hear the name Sierra.
You know, Leisure Suit Larry, it has its charm.
You love it.
I think some of us on the Dogcast would probably relate to Larry Laffer.
Oh, no.
I won't say who. Dylan.
Dylan!
So this would be the first game from Roberta Williams in over 20 years. Ken Williams said, quote, Roberta and I have been asked for decades whether we would ever produce another game, and we have always firmly said no. This changed when Roberta had a clever idea for a game. At the same time, I'm having fun learning the Unity 3D development environment, and I happen to be chatting with a talented 3D artist. So the stars aligned, and we might be getting another Roberta Williams designed game. I'm all for it.
After listening to you say this is definitely a story for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are excited.
I'm mildly amused.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
I've
Dylan.
never understood a lot of the point and click adventure games. Like I understand them, they're just not for me. I think I missed that generation maybe a little bit.
What obtuse game design isn't like your jam?
I'm not saying there's not a spot for it because there is, but I just haven't had that experience yet. And
Right. Yep.
I know
This is before 3D.
yes, you have a lot of fondness for this.
Total fondness, total nostalgic goggles. But at the same time, there's been a renaissance in recent years of point and click adventures, and they've been very good. Some have not been so good.
Did you ever
Some
play
have
the
been
new
very good.
King's Quest? The remake?
I did not. The
I hear it's
episodic
actually
one?
pretty good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That was one that I always wanted to, but I didn't know if they actually finished it because I know
did.
it was going to be episodic. Okay.
Yeah.
I should do that, but
I liked the first episode. It was pretty good.
okay.
I was able to find the Raw Dogs outline from our 4th and 5th episode, the Decade in Review, and I have the 2018 Games of the Years for you two.
Oh, Brad, hit.
Do you have a guess for what your Game of the Years were?
Fuck me, I don't know.
Red Dead 2 for me.
It wasn't Red Dead for me. It was, nope, couldn't tell you.
Into the Breach.
Oh, yeah. That actually makes sense. I played a lot of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably like 100 hours.
This is a good outline.
Oh. An indie game.
This is a great.
There's a lot.
Pats himself on the back. Good job.
I was like, I did way too much work for this.
All right. How about one more story here, and then we'll take a short break.
Sure. This is the one for us, right?
How long are your dramatic pauses going to be, man?
This is.
I can't
I'm
handle
stalling for time. This is gonna be a shorter episode. How about a little beer news?
Wait,
What?
what system is it on?
The 3DO,
The liver?
the Atari Jaguar.
Perfect.
The Nintendo liver.
Did you guys see that Anheuser-Busch is giving away free beer if the U.S. hits a 70% vaccination rate by the 4th of July?
That's exciting. I don't see
It won't happen.
The reason they said that is because they know it won't happen. It's actually maybe a bad move for them because a lot of their more diehard drinkers might be more on the anti-vax side.
Let's not stereotype.
I'm not
what are you saying?
I'm not.
You don't enjoy a good cold Budweiser? A Busch Latte?
I mean, I love what they're doing with their seltzers and their spiked coffee drinks.
I mean, doesn't Anheuser-Busch own everything now?
I don't know.
It does own everything. Yeah.
I don't know.
I applied for a
This
job, so
seems.
no comment.
I mean, they can say this because they know it won't actually happen, but all it's doing is staking their claim on one side of the fence when there will be people on the other side of the fence that will be angered by this.
Yeah.
It's like making a post on your statements on COVID. Why would you give someone a forum to discuss like a spot where they can complain about stuff and get into arguments? There's no reason they should have done this, in my opinion, other than maybe no one cares about them, so they're trying to be controversial to get headlines talked about on hot gaming podcasts.
So what you're saying is you're anti-free beer. You're
How
fully
dare you,
vaxxed. You could get a free beer.
Well,
Or let's say a $5 voucher for a an alcoholic beer or non-alcoholic.
How do they even
alcoholic drink.
implement this?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Oh, so you want to know?
Yes.
I'm here to tell you. Okay, so if and when this goal is met, the free beer will come in the form of a $5 voucher for beer, seltzer, or non-alcoholic beverages for anyone over 21.
Ooh, Budweiser water. I can't wait.
All right, this is very important. Anyone who's over 21,
Okay.
because that's the legal drinking age.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
And the age that everyone can vote. Okay.
Damn.
In South Dakota, you can drink whenever, dude.
So if you're legal drinking aged, you upload a picture of yourself at your favorite drinking establishment to mycooler.com/beer. After you do that, apparently you get a voucher. I don't know if they send it to you just electronically or you have to wait 6 to 8 weeks.
This sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, this sounds stupid.
This doesn't sound
For a
worth it
free
$5.
Budweiser?
No, hold on. It's
I like the
five-
sentiment, guys.
I like the sentiment, but it's also
beer.
$5 for a lot of dipshit work. I'm
mean,
sorry.
Yeah, for
That's
a
half
beer.
quart Eagle
I would
Park.
rather.
Well,
just,
yeah, but you're getting a Budweiser. It's like that's a $2 beer.
I can get a 4
You get two
pack.
of them, yeah.
I can get a 4-pack of Bud Light.
There you go.
Why do?
If I could use it as a sporting
My
event, then a
mom's got
Bud.
enough of those at home.
Use it as a
I've
ba-
seen the beer you drink.
Hams is
love
quality.
this.
Hams is quality.
Now, if Hams did it, it'd be like, yeah, okay, we'll do it.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Their mascot is a bear, and he rides a surfboard.
He's a bear. Think about it.
Think about it, dude.
Anyways,
The Bud Night,
It was
come
beer
on.
news. But I thought at first I was like,
Dilly
why do you have to upload?
That's my nickname for you.
Yeah.
I was kind of curious, like why they are making you upload a picture. I'm like, that's kind of weird.
It's free promotion
on the
for
bone.
them.
But you have to be drinking a Budweiser product in the picture?
No, you
Because could I be taking a shot at
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
but I think you just have to be at
doing a keg stand?
a local bar or your favorite drinking establishment
My
because
home.
Just a picture of people in like a strip club just like drinking.
hey, I think that counts. So according to Cesar Vargas, Chief External Affairs Officer at Anheuser-Busch, the reason he needed to post a picture to get the voucher is, he said, we'd love people to get out and go to the neighborhood bar and restaurant or ball game and start getting out to the hospitality sector because they need it there. So I thought that was all right.
That's cool.
I thought that was all right.
Whatever.
Good sentiment.
How noble, fuckers.
I'm a flat boner myself. I don't even believe in roundhouds.
We're going to go out on that.
I'm an anti-boner.
I know that about you.
All right. So you're no free beer for you.
Oh, go for it.
Dylan,
I'm not going to
I'm sorry, you have to be vaxxed to get a free beer. So.
I am fully vaxxed.
Yeah, the thought of me having to take a picture.
Motherfucker, you don't spread that on here.
The having
kidding.
having to ta-
I got sick.
having
very
to take
sick.
having to take a picture and send it to Budweiser and wait for a voucher is not worth $5.
It's not worth $5. It's not worth $5.
But if it helps some businesses, cool.
There you go.
But I have a feeling those people would have been drinking at those businesses. It's like, oh, I got to get my picture for my $5 Budweiser, so I'm going out to a bar. It's like, nah, those fuckers are going to the bar every day.
Yeah, that's true.
I've seen them. You ever been to
I'm
Zad's?
going to the bar to order a Bud Light. Let's just say I'm not there to fucking like have a decent chill time. I'm there to get fucked up.
yeah, I'm not there for fun. Okay.
I'm not there to enjoy the beer.
Right.
I'm there to get fucked up and hopefully like kiss a girl. God damn.
God. All right. Well, on that note, I am pro free beer, and
Of course you are.
I'm going to take a nice picture of myself at Eagle Park.
Oh, that's nice though. That's
And
good promotion.
I will.
Yes,
buy
keep us
half-
updated. Keep us updated on your voucher quest. I want to know all of the deets.
Well, we got to get the nation up to 70% vaccination. So
Start
It's
sending
not
them
gonna
pictures
happen.
anyways.
It's not going to happen.
we'll see.
Start
what
tagging
happens by 4th of
Budweiser
July.
pictures. Start
By
tagging-
4th of
Oh,
July.
yeah, then it's definitely not going to happen.
No.
It's not even going to get close.
I believe America. All right. Help Tom
Fool
get
me
a
once,
free
shame
beer.
on you.
Go get vaccinated, you fucks. Okay. Just kidding.
Are we going to not take a stand on telling people to get vaccinated?
We're
I mean, not publicly.
yes,
because
we
I think
are.
anyone who doesn't get vaccinated is a fucking asshole.
Well, I'm going to
Unless
publicly
your doctor
say
has told you,
that
don't
you're-
get vaccinated.
That if you're listening right now,
For a
and you're
medical
not-
issue.
If you're listening right now and you aren't vaccinated, you're fucking dumb. Go fucking get vaccinated.
You're part of the fucking problem.
Well, I'm just going to say we all don't respect you. So just do it.
I just want to say that I don't have strong opinions on it other than Tom needs a free beer. Go get vax for Tom. Do it for him.
Please.
Put a
Yes.
picture of Tom up. Like
me
hold a
all your
picture.
vouchers.
Hold a framed picture of Tom when you're getting the vaccination, and when it like hurts a little bit, just think about Tom.
Yeah, when your joints get all creaky and then you get dizzy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I heard some people are dying though from falling off the earth because it's flat.
Yep.
Yep.
No, actually, there's a big wall that stops it.
Right.
Government.
Okay. Well, on that note, let's hit a break, and I'm going to drink another beer that I paid for. And
Ooh, thanks a lot, anti-vaxxers.
oh my God.
Tom's still paying for beer over here.
All right, listen to these shows from the Greenlit Podcast Network, and we will be right back.
With a purposeful grimace and a terrible smile, join Nikki and Wyatt as we stomp our way through the history of Toho's Dai Kaiju films in Discuss All Monsters.
Are you telling me we're going to discuss all monsters?
We won't stop until there isn't a monster left to discuss. Smash that play button like Godzilla and King Kong smash an 18th century Japanese pagoda.
Only on the Greenlit Podcast Network.
We're the Spirit Hunters, and we're a show that treats Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho's author as the center of the universe. Some weeks we do linguistic analysis.
So the Chinese meaning of this character is to smelt or refine, but so the changed meaning in Japanese it means to temper.
Other times we get absolutely smashed.
So we take one shot every time. Yusuke uses the ray gun.
1 hour later.
This is the least coherent episode.
Sarah, I think your apartment is haunted.
You can find out more about the Spirit Hunters right here on the Greenlit Podcast Network.
All right, we're back. Welcome back to Hair the Dogcast. Brad, you said you had an update on one of our news stories.
Remember that really exciting postcards I got about like Area 51 with the weird messages?
Yes.
I think it's for Fortnite, which is really disappointing. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, it's for Fortnite." I didn't look into it that much because as soon as I saw the word Fortnite associated with it, I'm like, I'm done thinking about it. But unless you hear otherwise, yeah, it was just Fortnite.
What, Brad? You don't like to floss?
I have flossed before. I don't like to talk about it.
That's
my dentist.
That is really
condones it.
If that's Fortnite, that's really disappointing because I was really hoping it was like for Starfield. I think as we speculated on that episode.
Yeah.
Wow. Have you gotten any more of those postcards?
No.
Okay. If you're wondering what we're talking about, we did talk about this on our last episode. Brad got just random like ARG cards in the mail. Brad and like thousands and thousands of other people.
Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 7. They are coming. Postcards mark the arrival of aliens next season.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
The Greys, the Venusians. What are we talking about here?
YouTuber 6ix9ine recently came out with a video.
Okay.
So pass. Yeah.
YouTuber
6ix9ine.
He is...
damn good time.
He's funny.
Yep. He's a verified source from Epic. Okay.
God.
Well, thank you for that update, Brad. Thank you. Guys, we have E3 coming up.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
Because we have a podcast, we are contractually obligated to give you our thoughts, our predictions of what we might see or what may be revealed this coming weekend. June 12th? Is that when it starts? June 13th? Whatever. E3.
It's a bunch of internet videos.
Is happening. People are having some press events. After last year, there wasn't an event at all. E3 is going to be all online this year, so anyone can attend. We know that Microsoft and Bethesda are going to have a conference. Ubisoft, Capcom announced, and then Nintendo, of course. Sony did not.
Yeah,
but
Sony
has
just
not let their plans be revealed yet if they're going to have
Sony's
anything.
not cool.
You know, they got to have a state of play at some point. I think they'd be missing the boat.
Sony's a person that won't go to a party, even though everyone else is having fun and just wants to hang out. They're like, sounds stupid. I'm not going.
They've got a really they've got pretentious clothing too. It's just
I'm not skateboarding with the Xbox.
You know, I just do it. Just come on.
Everyone else is just like, let's party, dude.
I mean, and I wish, I know Nintendo's had a lot of success with the directs, but I wish they would have a press conference. I used to live for the first day or two of E3, especially like press conference day when everybody went at once on the same day.
You were a bit of a hype beast.
Man, I loved it. Yeah, and then just listen to all the post-show banter.
I remember. I still have. I bought it in GameStop in like 2005. 4 DVD set of E3 2004.
Yeah.
There's a DVD for like Nintendo, one for Sony, one for Xbox, and one for like
Twilight
PC and
Princess?
others. Oh, it's so good. That's the one where Reggie comes out and gives like the big the I'm Reggie speech.
Yes.
And yeah, it's just amazing. It's a fun way to announce things, and I've never been to one in person. They look like they would have been a riot.
Always wanted to go.
My buddy met Shigeru
I was
Miyamoto at
younger.
one time. Got a picture with him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess he just walks around the place like with an entourage. Yeah. You know, such a rock star.
He comes up and he just looks at your game and goes, derivative.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of developers say like 364 days of the year, nobody knows who I am or gives me the time of day. But at E3, you know, walking around that floor, like
I can
people just,
appreciate
like,
that.
You know, and
Cliffy
people appreciate
Basinski.
them.
Oh,
Right,
Cliffy
yeah.
B.
Fucking Cliffy B, huh?
Peter Molyneux.
Maybe not Peter. I don't know.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Oh, I regret that statement.
Goddess.
Goddess. It's like a lucid dream.
I am more pretentious than Steve Jobs.
And he's dead. Oh
like my career.
Oh, yeah. I miss Peter. He had some bangers.
Sim Funeral Home.
So, guys, predictions. I want to hear your predictions. Dylan, you said you didn't. You were going to make some off the top of your head.
I will.
And
they're going to be, whether they're right or wrong, very strong arguments.
Yep.
Probably.
I mean, they can be batshit, just go crazy with them. They can be, 1 foot in reality.
First prediction. This is going to be a very boring E3.
Okay.
I could elaborate.
Can you back it up? Yeah.
Yeah,
Please
it was
elaborate.
COVID last year.
Okay.
Well, how much shit do you think they're literally going to have for us? Like, this is... the only reason I'm not excited is because I'm like, well... what are they actually going to show? Am I going to actually... If I get excited about 5 games at an E3, I'm usually like, oh, this was a good E3. I think maybe I'll get excited for 1 or 2.
Do you know which one?
Give me time to think on that one.
Will do.
Yeah.
Brad, we're moving to you. Give us a prediction.
We're going to learn a lot more about Elden Ring.
Okay.
Elden Ring, they have been
even with Sony not having an event, or that we know of.
Is Elden Ring a Sony exclusive?
It's not an exclusive.
Yeah.
This is a FromSoft.
Yeah. It's not exclusive?
No.
I thought it was.
No, Bloodborne is the only Sony exclusive.
They've been radio silent on Elden Ring for a while. I think that there was some leaks not long ago, and the gameplay looks pretty far along. It looks like it's closer than people realize. Mm-hmm. I don't know. There will be at least a trailer. Hopefully some more of the story is revealed.
I'm guessing late 2022 release.
Okay.
Potentially a release date. We'll see.
Do you think Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin are on the same Zoom video?
I don't think
George R.R. Martin won't be there.
He won't be there.
No.
Yeah. I mean,
I think he had involvement with the story, but I don't think he had as much as it's hyped up to be. Like, saying he's involved doesn't mean he's...
that was a big thing.
No, but
they're going to put him out.
Now hold on. He's not a game developer either, though, and this is being made in Japan.
As
like,
someone,
there's only so much he can fucking...
No, as someone...
George R.R. fucking Martin.
As someone who has read his prequel novellas, not the main series of Game of Thrones, they're written like a history book where it's just like big plot points and universe building. Yeah. And he can do an entire set up a political structure for a landscape, a fantastical world, items, characters.
That means he had involvement and they could put his fucking name on it and parade him out like a little show pony.
He could create an interesting fantasy world for Elden Ring. He could have just in a one book. Like, he could crank that out. When it's just plot points and not writing character thoughts, he can do a lot.
Oh yeah.
And I think that there will be an indelible mark of George R.R. Martin on this work. And I'm excited because he's probably my favorite fictional author, one of them of all time. And so,
when he writes.
I just want a Sekiro 2.
You do.
I beat the final boss, by the way.
Congrats.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It
made me want to cry.
I think we'll learn more about Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I hope so.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good prediction, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, like I said, they have aligned themselves with Sony. I know the whole Bloodborne thing, but they seem to be Sony forward, and so
I think they have it's the better system, to be fair, in specs. and power.
I prefer my Xbox Series X to my PS5.
Dylan, maybe you should own one and play them. And
I hear the
understand
DualSense rules.
The controller is amazing.
Oh,
it's the most next-gen thing about the console.
I'm just kidding, by the way.
That and that it plays PS4 games.
Yeah,
that helps
it's the
too.
best place to play, to play PS4.
There's someone playing on a PS4. I'm like, man, I wish this was a DualSense.
If it's not made for the game, the controller doesn't do anything that fancy other than lights up. And cries when you're playing Death Stranding, which isn't both of them. But
so that's why I'm like, I'm hoping Sony has a state of play because I would put all my money on the fact that if it's going to be shown, it's going to be shown at theirs in their video.
Well, I'm going to piggyback off that then, because this is Sony related. Final Fantasy 16 is going to have gameplay.
Ooh, okay, right on.
They revealed last year. Was it all the way of last year that they revealed the 16 trailer?
Which didn't reveal much other than it's dark
Kind of
and
story
rainy
beats.
and...
Well, no, it did. It showed two...
was it 2020?
It showed two summons fighting each other. And it was... there was a lot of like anime-ass looking characters that I couldn't tell apart, besides from their haircuts. And there was a little boy they had to protect. I honestly think that...
It was cold out.
If Square Enix is going to show something, it's going to be that.
Yeah.
And it's Sony related because it is a PlayStation exclusive, from what I remember. I mean, that's guaranteed to be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
More on, I assume more on Dragon Quest 12 as well.
Okay. I forgot if Square is actually having their own event or not.
I think so.
Okay.
I think Square is.
Because Jeff Keighley has like his thing running kind of concurrently. So I don't know if he's going to split some of the companies and where they show their shit. I mean, I was going to say the Switch Pro, if it's not unveiled before Tuesday, the Switch Pro gets unveiled on Tuesday, and Breath of Wild 2 is coming this holiday.
Yeah, June 13th is when Square Enix does their presents.
Okay.
And it says one big reveal. Promises one big reveal.
Oh,
I'm curious about this Final Fantasy Dark Souls.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Which I'm like that.
There's rumors.
I'm annoyed by that almost immediately.
The fact that they're like, it's a Dark Souls style game. It's like, you just make an action game that's tough. You don't have to say it's like the Final Fantasy Dark Souls game.
Well, from what I understand, and according to the weird leaks on Reddit that I've read about it, it's like, I don't play Dark Souls to have just a jaunty time. Like, I don't know. Like, if it's good,
fighting
it's
the fat
good.
chocobo is like the toughest boss in the game.
So are they? So are the rumors like it's not?
The rumors
it's like
are
a Dark Souls light.
Yes.
Okay.
The rumors are Dark Souls light in that it's a little more tied to the actual mythology of like Final Fantasy 1 and 2, from what I understand.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a callback. These are all just rumors, of course.
Are
I
they
can't really
any
like say for sure.
credence to these?
There are some people who have revealed things in the past that have gotten them right beforehand. You never fucking know. They always make them cryptic so that they can't get sued. And so when they mention like not even like a 4-party thing, but if they mention like, oh, you get to be a black mage and blah, 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 like, yeah, they're mentioning like a solo adventure with action elements. Think Dark Souls.
Okay.
That's kind of how the leak happened.
Yeah, I'm really interested. I'm interested to see it. I mean, if they could if the execution is there, I will play that game.
Now, if it looked like a Yoshitaka Amano drawing, I would be in an instant.
Okay, yeah.
I like
the entire art style.
The game's got to look.
That would be a hard art style, I think, to translate into gameplay.
I don't think quite as much as you think. I think you can make it solid, but keep the idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to get excited about this shit because it's just like, I like being surprised. I like being.
Is that why you watch entire games on YouTube before you play them?
Some of
I watched
them, yeah.
the playthrough. I know what happens. Yeah.
Well,
I watched the ending this morning.
I missed out on nothing in Final Fantasy VII for the most part, so don't worry about it.
Right.
There are things that I already know I'm going to get spoiled for, and I'm just like, I might as well rip off that Band-Aid now instead of live in fear of getting that spoiled for me. That's half the reason I do that.
Mm-hmm. I want to see like a shirt with your face says, "I refuse to live in fear." Yeah. That's the tagline for Dylan Dark.
That is, yeah.
Dylan the Dark.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know. I honestly, it's. Every time someone announces something, is it weird that the moment I turned like 30, I stopped getting hyped about shit? Like, it was like literally the time I turned 30, I'm just like, it'll happen when it happens.
Well, I remember when Tom first got his motorcycle, like in that picture. That was the first time you'd been hyped in a long time.
I was really happy. That was a very scary ride, as you can see. That was my first ride.
Tom, do you have any predictions?
Well, I just said Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out this year, and
I don't think it is.
If the Switch Pro isn't unveiled before E3, it's going to be unveiled at the Direct on Tuesday.
They're going to release it in March like they did the first Breath of the Wild. That's my prediction.
Is that like a good month for Zelda games?
It's a good month for most games now. March is very.
It worked for them
March
before.
March and April have become some of the new premier months for video games. Think Persona 5, the first Breath of the Wild, Horizon Zero Dawn. I can't say Mass Effect Andromeda, obviously, but a lot of people bought that game, despite the fact that they did not like it.
Yeah.
So,
but it had gotten to the point where it had become a lucrative window to release games, where everybody started pushing out their games to that late February, early March. Where that almost became like the new fall, and then COVID hit, and that kind of made games kind of.
Animal Crossing came out
right. Yeah.
That point, and it came out at exactly the right time, almost.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I am
God.
excited to see more on Breath of the Wild too.
That I think will definitely. I have to see. I mean, I don't even know what they have. Splatoon 3. What else? Is Nintendo?
Splatoon 3, they could show more because they've only really shown the tease, and that would be cool to show more of what they're doing there.
Is Mario Golf
now,
is that out yet? Or is
Mario
that coming
Golf comes out
this week,
at the end of June, I believe.
Okay, it's this month.
Will we hear anything about Metroid Prime 4?
No,
I doubt it.
Because when did they restart it?
They restarted it relatively recently, and I think it was about a year back.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to have shit to show, and I think they know that they can't promise things that
Nintendo's smart. Nintendo's generally smarter.
I will say though, I want Bayonetta 3 now.
Right now,
I need it.
Oh my God, you look excited.
I want Bayonetta.
You haven't been hyped since you were 29.
Yes,
it's true.
Oh my God,
I want to see. I want to see my girl. I want to see her cute hairstyle.
Yeah,
and her nice new glasses. And I want to see how she dances.
I heard she gets LASIK in the third one, no glasses the whole time.
Actually, honestly, that's not too bad either. She's beautiful eyes, so
someone shot her with a laser.
Damn shit, that's cool.
She is beautiful. And then she's getting chemo, and all her hair fell out, and honestly,
it's a really sad game. Because God of War, they really matured it up, so they wanted to make Bayonetta a mature story about cancer.
Tom, you do realize that her entire powers are based on hair magic, right?
Hey,
they were.
Now what?
Turns out the strength was inside of her the whole time.
Right.
Oh, I like that. It's more emotional.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's more of an adventure game now.
Bayonetta, I hope you're doing well.
I would love Bayonetta 3, if they just drop that day and date, it's out right now.
They announced it 3 flippin' years ago. 3 flippin' years ago. And it's platinum. It's not even just Nintendo, but they're Nintendo exclusive. I'm like, just give me fucking Bayonetta 3.
I'd like to hear more about Project Triangle Strategy.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
That looks fine. I just think it's going to end up the way of Octopath Traveler. I don't think this is going to blow any minds. I think this is going to be fine.
This looks like one of the best tactical RPGs I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. Did you play the demo yet?
Yeah, loved the demo.
Oh, cool.
If it was a little more cohesive than Octopath Traveler, I would be on board, because I initially loved Octopath Traveler when I first started playing. I'm like, oh my God, this is like the game that was made for me.
And then the shine kind of rubs off.
Yeah, and then you start playing it, and I'm like, okay, this is all very samey. And none of these characters really interact with each other, even though
they're not even really
around.
They're not even really interesting.
And their
storylines.
Yes.
They're kind of basic RPG characters, but I kept playing that game to the completion just because I found the world so engaging and absolutely beautiful. I don't know what you want to call it. There's this papercraft diorama. Yeah.
I have a prediction that isn't a prediction. It's just a fact, and it's 100% going to happen. No doubt.
Go ahead.
No doubt we'll be there. No. They're going to talk about Halo Infinite in some capacity. Halo Infinite will have a presentation. They will show like the art is better. We know.
Yes.
We heard you guys hated it, so we worked on it.
I bet they make a comment like that.
It just looks like Master Chief looks
We
like
heard
Sonic
you.
the Hedgehog from the movie.
Yeah.
The first one. The first version where he just has crazy teeth. And
This one, his eyes are connected.
Yeah. So you are definitely right.
I mean, Halo Infinite is going to be one of the spotlights for Xbox.
I think
and honestly, it's one of the most hyped games I saw earlier. Like they did a poll, like, what are you hoping they talk about, at the Microsoft one? And the only thing that beat out Halo was Starfield barely. But yeah, Halo Infinite, it's one of their big IPs, and it's coming. They can't not talk about it.
I think you are correct. I would predict that there is one of those self-effacing jabs of like, okay, yeah, we heard you.
Like the tattoo.
Right.
Yeah. Peter Moore.
Yeah, Peter Moore. And I think
this is official. I got a temporary fucking tattoo.
So maybe they'll show some of the single player to show you like, okay, look at how we revamped the graphics engine. But
Graphics are better now.
I think you'll see hopefully multiplayer.
If I don't see
something
Cortana,
new, like they got to do something.
We've been able to make Halo completely into a Call of Duty game.
But I think as also one of my predictions, and it's kind of like it's a softball, but Starfield will get its first not teaser trailer, like an actual trailer, and I think we'll get a release window. Also, 2022. I think Dylan, I agree with you. We're gonna see a lot of coming 2022s. After
I think 22's
so many trailers this
I think
year.
22 is going to be a good year. I really do.
2022.
Yeah.
But
Not
back
like
to
the Who song
back to
that predicted
Starfield
that
though.
this one was going to be
we know nothing about this game.
Nothing.
It's a Todd Howard vehicle. It's his new IP, Bethesda's new IP. We know fucking nothing.
Nope.
We got a name. And not a great name, a fine name, not a great name.
It's not even
We'll see if
good.
Tom Cruise is involved.
It's not even fine in my opinion. It's
Maybe-
an awful
I was
name.
being generous.
Maybe
It's
Keanu-
not good, yeah.
They're gonna get Keanu Reeves.
But Halo's not a good name, you'd think by default
No, that's
either.
fine. Actually, Halo's quite a good name. It describes like the setting and like and
It's not
what's
bad.
happening.
It's better than Starfield.
Now,
Starfield.
To be clear,
Sally
Halo
Field.
Combat Evolved.
Well, that's
That's
because
actually not a bad title.
well, they added Combat Evolved because Microsoft's like, but dude, it doesn't even mention guns or nothing. Like,
Right, yeah.
Can you put a gun on the title?
fucking Halo. Yeah, I think
Shooty
Starfield.
booty.
I think they'll, if it's revealed, they'll come out and say, yes, this is an Xbox exclusive, Xbox PC exclusive. I don't know. Maybe maybe Bethesda will drop one of those Fallout Shelter type mini mobile games for Starfield.
great,
During
fun.
the day.
Maybe they'll have Fallout 77 at this too.
You know what's crazy? Allie actually really got into Fallout Shelter.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's had a lot. I mean, yeah, that
It
was,
was
a bell of the
actually
ball for
apparently
the
pretty
first
fun.
week or two. You know that it came out. I downloaded it. I'm like,
Well,
what?
I
And then I played. I'm like,
I think she played for like a couple months, to be honest.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't get into it because I don't like touch games on my phone. Ugh. Nope. No, thank you.
They don't like you.
Yeah, they don't.
There was also a rumor
My fingers
that
are too fat.
Microsoft might be unveiling another studio acquisition. So I'm going to go on a limb and say this is where we find out Microsoft just bought Sega.
That would be the
Oh,
biggest news of E3 if that happened.
It has been signaled. Now think about it like this: when you look on Xbox Game Pass,
That's my wild.
I don't think it's that wild because when you look at the fact that they have all the Yakuza games on there,
There's something
pretty much set to
happening,
go. There has
right?
to be.
I mean,
yeah.
there's like an undercurrent.
Yep.
There's like you said, little signals here and there that have just kind of popped up.
If they can suddenly claim Sonic the Hedgehog, which they still haven't. I don't know if the exclusivity deal with Nintendo is over with yet. Do you happen to know?
I
don't.
don't.
Not off the top of my head, but I think that it's. Imagine claiming Sonic the Hedgehog for Xbox.
I claim thee.
I mean, that would.
Sounds good.
All the
You know
chili
what?
dogs for
These-
everybody.
These Sonic
Fuck
games.
you, Anheuser-Busch.
These Sonic games suck ass.
But
But if they had it, it's going to sell units.
they suck ass, but that fan following for Sonic is crazy.
They'll follow him to fucking hell itself.
It is really. They're fucking rabid.
Yep.
Rabid.
They're horny for him.
I mean, why?
We don't even know if he has a butthole.
Raw Dogs
That is-
2037.
Is that an argument, like online?
No.
Whether Sonic is
No,
an
no,
asshole?
that is something that
Well,
Dylan
we
and I have
assume he
been
has a
talking about
penis.
for a while.
Well, we assume he
Okay.
has a penis. I assume he
probably
metabolizes
barbed.
everything because he runs so fast.
There you go.
He doesn't have to. Yeah, he doesn't have to.
Maybe he's like Kim Jong-un. Just perfect. He doesn't have a butthole because he just...
Sonic got a negative 39 on golf because he got a hole-in-one in every single hole.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. He doesn't need a hole.
That's my second out there prediction is Sonic the Hedgehog becomes
He's a hole
Prime
in
Minister
fun.
of North Korea.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like
Fascism.
Kim Jong-il was born from a unicorn that descended from a rainbow.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Come get me, bitch.
Propaganda.
Come get me, bitch.
Okay, so let's say Sony has a thing.
We're not having an E3. We're just having a video released during E3. It's not with E3. We're selling.
Do you think they unveil what would be the game you think they unveil that nobody is expecting, or would be like their hammer drop?
The one thing,
Ridge Racer.
Oh God!
I think, I think, in all honesty, Bloodborne was such a hit, and I literally do think that the moment that it sold a certain amount of copies, they were like, "Get to work." This might also be the reason why, since 2016, we have not seen a new Souls-like that isn't like Sekiro, which Sekiro was definitely directed by Miyazaki. I mean, this is a director also who's very dedicated and can work on two projects at once. I think that we're going to see a Bloodborne 2 not directed by Miyazaki.
I'm open to it.
I think it was a self-contained thing. I don't know if I want more. If it's like a parallel universe where they like do different things with it, maybe not as much like
Yeah, I don't know. It's such a good contained story.
I know.
And game. I almost like don't touch it.
Or
Really?
God,
If anything, just do like Bloodborne PS5 remastered, and that could just be like an opening thing. Like just so you know, it's upscaled. It's 60,
Like a PS5
120
patch?
frames, 25K.
I do think that they're going to reveal a Death Stranding PS5, just because that game didn't sell all that well, and I think that giving it a second shot on the PS5
It sounds like shit, so let's give it a patch. I do agree.
Well, I honestly, if you look at the builds on like the computer when you play it on Steam, it looks phenomenal.
Sure.
And the architecture's already there. Why don't you just give it that boost on this? Because obviously, like that was an obvious choice. Not to bring up Death Stranding again.
But no, I think that a PS5 Bloodborne that includes the DLC, one nice neat little package, $40 for the price
I would
point.
say the most I'd pay is $30.
Yeah, but I think,
which means Sony's going to charge $60.
but I'd get hyped for it. I mean,
that's
I would
Nintendo.
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a really good one. I think I forgot about Bloodborne 2. That would be
I think it's
a very
happening.
special moment. I do too, and I'm with you. I think
Dark Souls 2 wasn't directed by Miyazaki either, and it turned out to be a very good video game. Like I think that his team is talented, and I
it was
think
good.
that
Yeah,
he's
there was a
very
lot of
good at-
trouble. You got to watch the what happened.
Oh,
to
I
that
know,
one.
I know, but the game still turned out completely playable and fun.
If there was a
Yes, yep.
Bloodborne 2, I'd want it to almost be like a prequel set with the Vile Bloods in like a earlier time frame that describes kind of how certain things.
Nah, dude, it's going to be a sequel.
It's too good. The ending's too good,
Well, I mean,
and
it
it's
doesn't have to
open.
Play some Dark Souls, man. I thought the first Dark Souls was so contained, I didn't want a second one or
Yeah.
even a third one.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be.
They've proven
like,
me wrong.
It doesn't have to be either before or after. It can just be like in the universe. You
It's
know
the
what I
same
mean?
reason I don't recognize the Star Wars sequels. It's like if you don't like it, you don't have to think about it. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not on you. Like I don't know.
But I do think like someone like Blue Point gets that game, makes it.
This kind of actually
Miyazaki
makes sense.
consults.
Yep.
So
That
they can
actually
say
makes
like
sense.
he's still kind of attached to it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like they can put his name kind of on it, even though he's not
He
direct.
walks in, he goes, more tentacles, knocks the microphone
Right.
down, and walks out.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
His face ain't fucked up enough.
Yep.
She doesn't got any tentacles. Do it again.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
perfect.
probably how he sounds.
That's exactly how he sounds.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm eating a pizza slice over here.
Hey,
I'm eating pizza. What do you need me? Bloodborne 2? Whatever.
Miyazaki from Sicily.
I don't want any
Come on.
noodles. What do you think?
Put
This
a
is
spider on
Japan?
it. Put a spider on it.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know.
I've been watching like so much Sopranos, just going through the entire series lately.
Yeah,
Because you're excited for the prequel series about young Tony.
I didn't even
I
forgot
think it's a
about
movie.
that.
It's like, or whatever. It's like young Sheldon is like, but now he's young.
Right.
What was Tony like in middle school?
I'll tell you what, like I hadn't watched. I mean, I watched the show when it originally aired, and I was like the age of Jamie Lynn Sigler, you know, like Meadow. And now watching it again, where I'm
feel like
actually
a pervert.
older. I'm older than fucking Tony Soprano was in the series.
Are you serious?
That's a great show. Like I knew it was like the Big Bang of like prestige TV.
Never seen it.
But I
Neither
never
have I.
realized how good it is. Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh,
I know the
do
ending.
it.
I know the
It's
ending.
so good. Yeah. If you don't like Journey, it's the journey, not the destination.
Hey.
Boom. All right.
Fuck.
That's been some E3 predictions.
Lovely.
Anybody have anything else? Any closing statements? I know there's
Will Google Stadia have a presence?
possibly. There was some Google Stadia news today.
Well, now they got an Ultra
coming to
4K.
Android.
Did they announce Stadia 2?
No, I forgot.
The Stadia is now coming to Xbox.
I was shocked to see that there was still news about it because I'm like, aren't you supposed to be dead? I didn't. Capcom.
It's like Pauly Shore news. It's like, what?
Yeah, Stadia's coming to Pauly Shore.
Encino Man for Stadia exclusive.
Yeah, so
I'd play it.
Capcom's got a show as well. Ubi.
Ubi. Can we only call Ubisoft Ubi from now on? Ubi.
It's always Ubi to me.
Ubi, ooh.
So we'll see Far Cry 6.
Ubi.
Fine. Fuck.
Dude, Assassin's Creed.
I want to see what's happening with remember that pirate game that they was supposed to be the offshoot of Assassin's Creed 4, the Skull and Bones. It's supposed to be like
I'm fucking interested as fuck in that game.
You are a pirate. You're a modern day pirate.
I truly love I like piracy in literature. I like piracy in everything.
Napster.
Yeah, if I can
still
get away
download
with
on
it.
Napster.
Sean Fanning.
I'm more of an internet privateer than a pirate. So
And you sing shanties and get drunk while you do it.
yeah, I can play a lot of them on my accordion. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. You know the game I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, Skull and Bones.
It came out and then it got like rebooted. It
I
went
haven't
radio
heard
silent for years.
I've heard Hair Nor Hide.
Right.
And I think it's about time. I don't think it's actually going to be a spin-off of 4. I think it's literally just they're retooling it to make it its own IP. If that's what they spent all their time on, I'm so for it.
Yeah. I know they did say in recent years that somebody asked them like what happened to it. They're like, well, we kind of went back to the drawing board and reimagined it. So to me, it seemed like they were trying to see if Thieves it, make it like a just multiplayer, kind of run a more realistic version of that. But
which I could fuck with that, and I'd probably get that one day one. Like,
I mean, if it plays like Assassin's Creed or something, and it's got pirates again.
If it plays like the new Assassin's Creeds, and it's like that, and it's multiplayer, I think I could really get into it. Mm-hmm. But if it plays just like the Batman Arkham Asylum, like, I mean, technically that's the first Assassin's Creed where it's just like parry, block, stab.
I don't like that. It's impossible to talk about a game about their new game without comparing it to Assassin's Creed immediately.
Isn't it crazy? Yeah.
It's
well, this is what I said in my gripes episode.
Yeah. Every one of their games is like Far Cry. It's Assassin's Creed. It's first person's Assassin's Creed. You know?
Yeah.
It's a good point.
It's worrying. It's just like just make it Assassin's Creed or just make a new IP and don't talk about Assassin's Creed.
There's something about that though. Like the new Assassin's Creed feels so good. Like right now, I'm playing through the DLC of Valhalla. Like
do you have
the first one?
Do you have that physical?
Obsessed.
Yeah.
You're obsessed.
Well, we're approaching the summer months where I don't really have.
Also, I see you also have Watch Dogs Legion now.
I've had that for
have
a
you?
while. Yeah, it was like on sale for $20 over the winter, and I'm just like, well,
ooh, do you want to know what that means? That was a dumper.
There's like you can get a lot of PS5 games run sale for like $30. I saw today.
Christ Almighty.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. You get like the new Call of Duty for $30.
I wanted to play that Mortal Phoenix Rising, but again, like these are all like Assassin's Creed.
Get it for the Switch. I'm just kidding.
Don't. Right. I haven't really been paying attention to what's actually going on in the DLC for Assassin's Creed, but it feels so fucking good. You know, like I just like the way that game plays, how the characters control. So plus, like I said, it's summer, so not a lot of shit's coming out that I'm really interested in playing, or I don't want to invest a lot of time.
Sure.
All right, well, those have been our E3 predictions. Now, as a special addendum to this podcast, Dylan and I decided we were going to talk a little bit of Resident Evil 8 because we both have completed the game.
We have, yeah.
Are we going to go full spoiler or?
I don't think it has to be full spoilers right away. I think
criteria here.
Okay, so like storyline wise, let's be clear. It's not like there was a lot going on to begin with. I think it's more moment to moment type of surprises that I don't want to spoil.
I think there is. I mean, yeah, I think there are some maybe gameplay spoilers where I'm like, I would have been angry if I would have known that this happens in the game.
And I'm not going to. So I will allude.
Yeah.
But I will not give the exact context in which all of this occurs.
Okay. So yeah, let's. How about overall thoughts? Are you positive?
I really like the game. I don't think it's as good as 7.
Okay.
I will say that. I think 7 is just such a moment in time and a retooling, and the setting is a little crazier. It's a little different. It's more focused. Mm-hmm. This one was clearly a choice by the developers to do. They said, I have a feeling some of them were bored in developing 7.
Okay.
It's less cohesive, so you have essentially what are 4 mini bosses.
Four different areas. Yes, the lieutenants. I don't think that's much of a spoiler.
No, it's not. That's the first hour of the game. You get abducted. It's revealed that Mia gets killed by Chris Redfield, and you and your daughter Rose are dragged off to some European village in the middle of nowhere where none of them have European accents. And
they all have hair all over the bodies.
Yeah, some of them do. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And then it's you kind of figuring out what to do with all this information. I will say the early parts of the game are not easy.
No,
even on standard.
No, this is a game that had the difficulty spikes early on, and
too
then,
early.
Yeah,
and then it dives. If you're good at exploring.
Like I mentioned on the last episode, I don't think there was a point outside of maybe right at the beginning where I ever felt like this was survival horror or I was going to run out of any kind of ammunition or health.
There are things about this game that immediately surprised me, and to feel kind of put on my heels was actually very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you like the setting of 7 more than the village aspect? Because I thought the village aspect was kind of compelling. It gave me 4 vibes.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily need to feel like a thing is another thing. Mm-hmm. I think that 7 was just so like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like it was just so like
the first half.
It was its own horror story, and I didn't need a bunch of these pseudo vignettes to create the fear for me because I'll be honest with you, this game made me panic at times, but it did not scare me.
Right.
Really at all, unless we're talking about the dollhouse segment.
I think that was probably the strongest.
The basement.
The first I'm alluding. Yes, the first 2 areas to me were the strongest. Of the game.
The factory of Heisenberg. This is not a spoiler. Eventually, you have to go to his fucking place. You see him in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Was boring.
Yeah, I did not.
It was just a shoot. It was about ammo conservation, and it was about exploration. I didn't feel anything for it though. I didn't really like. I wasn't ever afraid. Right. I thought some of the boss battles were cool.
Yeah. I mean, I did like how each level had its own flavor of horror, or tried to in some way. But you're right, like the Heisenberg, and going back to the whole like loading screens, like the fact that you basically the center of that level is an elevator that you have to take up to different levels.
It was actually confusing where you
and
found
back and
the next
forth.
piece.
Yes, you got to find like keys.
You got to find the molds to make the keys.
Yep.
And I think I was compelled more by like the stronghold of the lichen or whatever.
Okay.
it was more like a horde mode kind of like escape survival thing. It was kind of like a Left 4 Dead almost because they could keep coming.
You mean the village center? Like
No.
or?
The stronghold where you end up facing. There's a big dude with a hammer. Eventually, you have to face him.
Oh, yes.
This is not a spoiler.
Okay.
And
which was the only time of the game where I thought I was going to run out of ammo facing that guy.
You end up killing him just about right at the end. Like they want you to get down to your last bit.
I wonder if it's coded that way.
I think it might be. And now talking to you, I think that might be true.
Because everyone I talked to is like said the same thing.
I was just like, it's just me dodging him. He jumps up on the ledge. He jumps down. Like I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I liked that a bit, but when the enemies kept coming at me, I was kind of just like, okay, I know how to get away from them and move around. I think this, as much as I like the game, I think it's very disjointed and not in a way that I feel like this came out of almost a sophomore lack of confidence because if the first one, Resident Evil 7 of this trilogy is really just them like nailing it, like right on the head. Like this is survival horror. This second one kind of feels like there's this whole storybook set up with it, and you're trying to find your daughter.
Which, not to derail you, there's an animation sequence at the beginning, but the ending animation sequence,
the Tim Burton one.
Yeah, Kate was over, and when I finished the game, and it plays this animation sequence, and we just sat there like, holy, this is like really fucking well done. It's like an allegory for the game.
No, basically. Yeah. Well, I knew that when I started, I was like, well,
right.
These are obviously all the bosses.
Yep. But it's phenomenal. I thought.
How did you feel about Moreau, the Fishman? Now that segment I liked.
Yeah, I
liked it.
I go back and forth. I'm like, I liked it more than the Heisenberg area, but I mean, I breezed through that pretty quickly.
Quick. It was the fastest segment of the game.
Yeah.
It was basically a boss fight where you had to you're walking across these platforms, and the puzzles are all based on colored switches, so you can get across these platforms in time. But you have to actually pay attention to how you're flipping them, so that you can get across them before they sink back into the water.
Right.
I thought that was cool. I thought that I didn't ever feel afraid of this guy though. I just never felt afraid of him.
I almost felt sorry for the whatever it was.
There was no horror. I'm not afraid of the water at all.
No.
And I think this game really wanted to have it all. I think they tried to play into a lot of people's different types of fears. There's like a fear of the unknown. There's like a fear of like this like gothic style vampire thing.
Yep.
There's the fear of water. There's the fear of dolls. Everyone's kind of afraid of dolls. They also had the clown thing going on in that one too.
Or the baby, the mutant fetus. So the dollhouse is like Silent Hill to me. Like that was
the
like
dollhouse to me was maybe the most effective, but that was more. I heard this on another podcast. It made a lot of sense though. Like it's more like Outlast.
Okay. Yeah.
There were literal places to hide, or like an amnesia.
Yeah.
And I thought that was fine. It was also the most effective for the horror because you had to find a way to make that baby move around you.
Absolutely, yes. They take away your weapons, and it's kind of
you
like
have to solve actual puzzles.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of clever.
Well, there were only a few times in that one where I was suddenly just like, wait, what am I actually trying to figure out? Because then I had to actually think it through. I'm like, I would actually like a full game of this. This almost feels like a testing ground in a lot of ways. Now I would actually like to say. Now this is spoilers. Skip ahead maybe 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
I like what they did at the end. I don't like the final boss fight. I think that boss fight is abysmally boring.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I just had to think like, what was the final boss fight? I'm like,
it was Mother Miranda.
Mother Miranda. Yeah.
Yeah. But she turns into like a spider and like a bat winged thing too. And
I had so much fucking ammo by that time. There was nothing.
Well, she was constantly dropping shotgun ammo anyway. Who cares?
Right. Yep.
It doesn't matter because if you got that final shotgun with the giant barrel, you're fine. And you upgraded it relatively, I liked everything into that point, but they do one thing at the end that really surprised me. They do a massive time skip.
They do. It's like Uncharted 4 time skip.
Way bigger than that, actually. Your child, Ethan dies. Your child is now like 19 years old. 18 or 19, 17, 18, 19.
Yeah, late
and
teens.
it's revealed that even Chris is still trying to take care of her, and like she's just trying to live her life. At first you think it's Mia with like a hair dye job when she's on the bus.
Oh, did you think?
I did at first.
Okay.
Because it does look like Mia.
Okay, yeah, I knew right away, or I figured right away. I'm like, okay, this is what they're doing.
And it literally says the father's story has ended. Now we're actually going to have a real character.
Because nobody liked Ethan.
Well, it turns out, yeah. Or some people did.
Did you like the fact that Ethan was actually not alive? Like even the mold?
Yeah. I did.
Guy?
And
it explains the hands. Capcom hates Ethan's hands.
Capcom hates everything about
I mean,
Ethan.
it was just so funny. Like, it was comical.
The reveal of that, I actually went, yeah, fuck, yeah, okay. Because the entire time, I even texted you early on in the game, and I said, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, he gets part of it chopped off, and he's kind of okay with it, and he gets giant arrows to the leg, and he's just like, I'll just shake it off, it's fine. I can still run.
Yeah.
What are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And when they made that reveal where Evelyn shows up after Ethan quote unquote dies the first time,
You died in the first game right away.
you did.
Nobody
when Jack Baker put his boot to your face, you were dead.
Right.
That is the implication. However, you were infected with the mold, and so is Mia too. So you essentially have a mold daughter who just looks like a human being. That's it.
Yeah.
And I like this mold mythology a bit. I think you can go a lot of places with it. Here's my greatest fear. Now you got like a superpowered daughter. How are you going to make a survival horror game where you feel partially invincible?
You don't make her the lead character.
I hope not.
You start playing as Chris. Old Chris.
You play as Chris in this game as well. And it basically plays like a slower tactical shooter.
It's like Call of Duty Zombies almost. Like,
yes.
You know?
Which I actually found compelling. I actually thought it worked.
I thought, this is interesting.
I was like, okay, character shift.
So that was the part I was alluding to earlier where I'm like, if somebody would have told me this happened, then I probably would have been kind of angry because I would have just been waiting for it, you know?
Yeah.
So it was kind of nice when that you're like, you switched to...
I'm so glad I didn't look up spoilers for this one.
Yeah, me too. I stayed really silent on it. Like, didn't even play the demo. But I think as a game, I do think that it might be somewhat disjointed, just with the different areas, you know, kind of together. I did think as a full experience, it was a little more even of an experience than 7.
Yes.
But like I mentioned on the last episode when I just was talking about it after I just finished it, I do think the first half, or the first 40% of Resident Evil 7 is,
far and away.
Far and away, but much better than really anything in this game. But then that game takes a dive. At least it did for me. But I really enjoyed it.
I think all of them do, though, eventually.
I wish they would get out of that, snap out of that. You know,
well,
it's
everything
like
becomes an action game at the end.
Don't go into this game thinking it's like going to be super open world. It is not.
But
there is a path.
I will say, however, that this game is very dense. There's not a lot of locales, but it is almost Metroidvania in the way that it builds upon itself, where you find keys, and now suddenly these keys can open little areas on the side. Yep. And I appreciated that because
that's my jam.
It rewards exploration in a way that not a lot of other games do. And I can give this game all the accolades for that because it's just like there are optional areas where like you go to the side and you face like this giant cannibal guy.
You want to unlock all the endorphins in Tom's brain? Give me a good shortcut.
Oh, shortcut.
Let me unlock a nice shortcut.
When you open up the door from the tomb and you're just like, oh shit, I'm back here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm totally into it. Yeah. I recommend this game highly. You know, if I had to give it like a letter grade, I would say B+.
B+? Yeah. I'd probably do the same. Like I was really hot on it at first. Like really, I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I need right now. And I like a good 50, 60 hour game, you know, as much as the next guy.
This was 10.
But they have a nice game that like, it took me like, I think 12. That's perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
And it didn't, but it felt longer. For me at least, like the time went by real nice, and I thought I was wasting more time than I thought. I think I clocked out at 10 hours, 56 minutes.
Yeah.
And I thought I did a ton of exploration. I missed a ton of stuff. I know I did.
Same here.
I didn't care, mostly because I was borrowing the game from you. Also, I knew Brad wanted to play it, and he's getting it now. That's why he's not on the podcast.
If you're wondering why you're not hearing Brad, he's in the bathroom right now.
He's somewhere.
Taking a 20-minute dump.
Yeah. Or masturbating, who cares? When people call this too short, though, there is a part of me that at the end of this, they give you enough rewards to go back.
They do.
And I'm probably going to own this on the PS5. Just because I have a nice TV now and it'll actually look good. And so I'm like...
I mean, Series X, man, it looked phenomenal. And it ran, like I said, it didn't run, I don't think, at straight 60, but it was well above 30. And it was smooth.
And that's what I'm looking forward to, because I will end up playing this game again. But I didn't want to be a jerk and just be like, I'm taking my time with it. So,
but yeah, like you said, once you beat the game, you can invest like Capcom points or whatever for upgrades. It's like they consciously made this game speed runnable, and added little wrinkles, I think, into some of the post game content for speed running.
Right.
And it'll be fun I would love to see people figure this game out and like beat it in 45 minutes.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that actually the ninth one is going to come out a lot sooner than we think.
Okay.
I think it was probably in development alongside it.
Oh.
Because I feel like this was the
like
idea
Back to the
factory.
Future 2 and 3 thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think this was truly the idea factory, and I think partially they were waiting for fan responses.
Yeah.
They even did that with 7. Like, think about it that way. Like, a lot of this, like the dumber boss fights, like facing Jack with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, people. I think we should get Brad back here because
I think I hear him.
He's getting lonely. But those are
Bradry, we're done, Bradry.
Hey, Brad. So, anyways, at the end of Resident Evil 8, you fight this unicorn, and just kidding.
Is his name Albert Wesker?
And it's got a dildo for a horn.
Yes.
Man, the game was going to places I didn't even know, dude. That's crazy.
Dog, sick dude.
There is one enemy. There was a callback to Resident Evil 5.
There is
in the game, and it was one of the enemies called you
a zombie with sunglasses.
No, called he's taunting you. This character's taunting you, and I think he calls you a boulder punching moron or something.
I like that,
and that made me chuckle.
Yeah,
so
I do like that a lot.
All right, that's Resident Evil 8, and let's go out with some of the other games we've been playing. Brad, since you were not here, I want to hear have you been playing anything?
Yes.
You've been playing things.
It's Indie Games Month in July for Raw Dogs. I recently have played through Cinemora maybe about 4 or 5 times.
Cool. Can't wait to play it.
I was supposed to bring it tonight and I forgot.
Fuck you, man.
I'll bring it tomorrow.
You got a fizzy?
I got a fizzy copy of EX because I wanted to try the new version, which has a lot of baffling decisions, but I'm excited for you to play it. For the love of God, play it in the original Hungarian voice acting. It is the only
way better.
It is the only way to play the game.
All right.
The voice acting is so fun.
But most importantly, I did play through What Remains of Edith Finch for the first time. And my dear Lord, it only took about 15 minutes of the game before I was like, oh, this is a really special thing. And
well, it turns out when I recommend something, ladies and gentlemen, that it's actually like...
I'm going to go ahead and say this was Dom's recommendation.
Yeah, all right.
It was my game of 2017.
I can consult this. I think you're right, though.
2017 was a great...
No, I know you're right. That is your 2017. It's great. Not what I expected. And really fucking good. Big fan.
It blurs the lines.
And it's a short experience. You can play it in 2 hours. So
everybody get up.
Why wouldn't you?
No, do it.
Yeah.
We were just talking about short games and how much we love them.
I am very excited to... I'm going to have Carly play through it because it's not...
She would love it.
It's not gameplay heavy.
No.
There's
some parts...
Game, right?
No, it's a walking simulator with
Homer?
sections. It's way better than Gone Home. Fuck Gone Home.
It is.
Shots fired.
No,
I
it
didn't
is,
find Gone Home entertaining at all.
There are so many unique narrative choices and designs for each story, and it's a mystery. It's a puzzle box that you get to open on your own time, and absolutely fascinating.
Lovely.
Yeah, check it out. What else? I'm excited to play Undertale for the first time. Next Machina will be the next game I play, though.
Nice.
Yep, because I bought it, and I'm going to play through it with Jamie tomorrow. If you want to come over, you can join us.
Ooh.
What am I doing?
Both of you can come over if you want, yeah.
Yeah, I
think I might.
I played Next Machina last night. Or I had been playing it, but I finished it last night.
Yeah, I'm curious about it. I might do that, yeah.
Eugene Jarvis.
I have thoughts on that game.
Yeah.
A few.
Oh, boy.
I enjoyed it. There, spoiler.
Oh boy.
And then I was just playing through some of the DLC for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which takes place in Ireland, and you have to fight druids. And it's
Ireland.
like a little mini version of the main game, only they add trading post mechanic and bring back the birdhouses, getting missions from pigeons. So far, yeah,
I love those pidgeys.
And you can ride a giant mountain lynx.
I've heard about that. I've heard about wolves. You can ride a big dog.
You can ride it, yeah, wolf. I went right back to the horse. I'm like, give me my horse.
Seems right.
Yeah.
I don't like breaking the fiction too much.
Yeah.
I don't know if that sounds lame, but
in Assassin's Creed Origins, when all of a sudden a Final Fantasy character dropped in and gave me DLC, I was like, wait, I didn't even know I had the DLC, and I was like, what is going on?
That actually happened. The Final Fantasy characters built the pyramids.
Is that canon in Assassin's Creed now?
It should be.
Okay.
It should be canon in real life, just everywhere.
It is interesting when Assassin's Creed what they do with their crossovers. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just weird.
There's some odd choices.
Just weird. But anyways, Dylan, how about you, man? Bring us home.
I've been delving in hardcore to 13 Sentinels.
Yeah.
Aegis Rim. And I have only good things to say about this game. A lot of people even on the Discord have been talking about it. Dom, it was his personal recommendation to me. He was Kip, Dom, they were absolutely right.
The Kips don't lie.
They don't.
This game, I didn't know how much I was going to like it, and at first I was kind of annoyed at their storytelling. But now that I'm actually in it, I can't get enough of it. Like, they keep throwing you. It's a time travel story for the most part, filled with aliens and giant monsters and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just so... It might be that I have this really awesome TV now, but like I'm just like, wow.
I'll be playing Pong in there. You're like, it's so big, dude.
I'm like, I'm like, this is fucking pretty as shit. Like the colors pop, and I'm just like, oh.
You should play Cyberpunk on your original Xbox One on your big TV.
Oh,
yes.
No.
See every
I can
pixel.
see the blurred textures
Yes.
everywhere where walls suddenly look like flat colors. 13 Sentinels is really good.
Cool.
And it's going to be longer than I thought. That is to its benefit.
Okay.
It's a long form storytelling where it's 13 characters. What are you going to do?
Sentinels even.
They pilot Sentinels. They're giant
So it's like
robots.
a Voltron thing.
So is it like a Transformers movie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Talk to the moon.
Cool.
Where Optimus Prime yells at Megatron. I assume that happens.
Optimus Prime.
Then I'm playing through Near Replicant. I'm almost done.
I saw that the Near Replicant, there's like a vinyl soundtrack available on Square.
Ooh,
they're like it's like a 5 LP for like $100 or something.
I'm not paying that much.
Woof, 5 LP though.
That's
Those
$20 an LP.
That's a good price when you break it down like that. I'm excited. I have 8 Persona vinyls coming later this year. Persona 5 ones.
You got the big.
Oh, I got there's the 5 one, which is the original game, and then there's a new 3 LP for Royal. Yeah. Very excited for those. Plus, I have the Mass Effect trilogy coming at some point as well, and I have a bootleg Donkey Kong Country coming, which I'm very excited about.
I'm happy for the Persona 5 stuff.
Yeah. Although
Donkey Kong's
there comes a point though when you are getting a 5 LP collection, I would almost prefer a curated 2 LP because
Give me the good stuff.
you're getting everything on some of those, and it's like, well,
yeah,
you don't want it all actually.
No, and then some of the tracks are like 30 seconds, just and the games are looped,
I got a super weird Super Mario World bootleg vinyl. And at the very end, it's just sound effects for like 3 minutes. I'm like, you didn't need to do that. No one wants that.
Nobody wants this shit.
But it's there.
Anything else?
Near Replicant.
Near Replicant.
Which I can half recommend. That's it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I also have Biomutant.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to expound upon in the future.
Okay. I've been.
I don't need to do it today. I have a lot of
things about it.
I have a lot of thoughts.
Nice. Well, there you go. I think this has been a cast, guys.
I think so too.
I think we casted it.
We've casted this thing.
We did it.
So good. Mm-hmm. I mean, we made it to the end at least.
What if we got all of the predictions wrong? No one will trust us anymore, guys. What if they go to Giant Bomb?
Oh my gosh. They can if they want. Great content there. And the guys from Giant Bomb just started their own podcast, Nextlander.
Don't talk about them.
They're good. I like those guys. All right, guys.
Love you.
if you're listening to this when it comes out, Thursday, most likely, possibly Friday. We'll see what happens.
Depends on if Tom does his fucking job.
Oh my God. It's going to be a week of podcasting from now. A good 2 weeks of podcasting coming up. Holy shit.
Sunday record, Monday double raw dogs.
Tuesday, maybe another wrap up, another cast to bring everything together.
But then we go to summer camp.
Email us, hairthedogcast@gmail.com. Twitter us at
Hot Dogcast.
Instagram us at
Hair the Dogcast.
Hair the Dogcast.
Okay. Yeah.
And follow us on Patreon. Many different tiers.
So many tiers.
Tier Replicant, Tier Gestalt, Tier Automata.
Yep. Patreon.com/hairthedogcast. And please let us know your E3 predictions. We want to know, even if they're wild as heck. And let us know if you enjoyed Resident Evil 8.
I'm going to Xbox. Let's go fast. Available on the Xbox 360, Xbox One Series X, and
Extreme.
It could happen. Alex Kidd.
Knuckles will
cameo mashup for Xbox. Yeah.
It could be big.
Oh,
Could be big.
Could be big. All right, everybody. Until next time, we love you. And we'll see you.
We like you.
Whenever. All right. See you next time.
Bye.
Season finale.
Bye.